Okay, first things first. I just got home and I did not remember this title of this bada boom and a bada bing. Bro, this Korean TikToker with 55 million fans is lying, in all caps, to fans about being innocent after being found guilty of SA. I just don't understand how people think they can front face on social media as if like if you do the most egregious things on this planet Earth, you don't think you're finna get caught. Let's a bada boom and a bada bing. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for authentic, honest, and entertaining purposes. Unless you don't think I'm entertaining. I repeat, this is my opinion. I am not telling you how or what to think or feel, but I do encourage you to speak your mind and have conversations. Just don't do too much. Also, this video is brought to you by Sebastine's Patreon, where you can access over 1,000 videos of exclusive content. If you want to subscribe and support this amazing community, click the link in the description below, and thank you for everything. Enjoy the video.
화이팅! 화이팅이다!
Bro, they're like staring at... Oh, Gio, what the fuck, dude? He's just staring at them. Like, she kept checking back and forth. Yo, chill.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Like, what?
What do you do when
55 million people, bro? 55 million? Imagine the day. Imagine the day when we get 50 million people. I'm trying to look to give back to the community I grew up in. Give back to y'all. Not essaying people and lying about it. Like, huh? You freaky nasty frog? What the fuck?
your favorite creator, YouTuber, TikToker,
Bro.
they just stop posting. They disappear. There is no warning. There's no community post.
Oh,
They're just
shit.
gone. And you think that maybe they're coming back next week.
Oh, and also, I've seen some people ask me, and you know, this is not, sorry, Stephanie.
Or maybe
I've seen some people ask me, like, where did my Instagram go? And it's been gone since I don't even remember. It's been gone since like May or June. It's always interesting, like, people still asking that question damn near 6 months later, you know?
maybe they just need a 2-week break maximum, but they're gone forever. They make no updates on any other platform. I mean, are you convinced that they're dead? Are you convinced that they've been kidnapped? Or do you think that they're just off in the middle of Montana joining a cult?
Why the fuck would you? I don't want to be mean.
Usually, I would say the first two are the natural internet reactions, especially when the creator has gone missing for too long. But sometimes the real explanation is much weirder than all of that. A YouTube channel run by a father and son by the name of Mac Adventures.
Okay.
Their main thing is going on their motorcycles and exploring places that they really should not be exploring.
It's crazy how, like, you can literally have an audience of whatever the fuck, of any other, of whatever you think. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's actually really cool, but it's also kind of scary. Like, imagine you find out that you a weird ass dude, and there's like an audience of millions of people who are weird ass people. Imagine being the person to randomly find that because the algorithm just puts that dumbass shit in your like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say like the first time I found out about Meat Canyon. You know?
Like Area 51, the restricted areas.
Oh, hell
The
no.
last video ever uploaded to their channel is titled Area 51, Camo Dudes Held Us at Gunpoint Again, Extended Version.
That shit is not worth the views, bro. 250,000 views is not worth me getting shot from some crazy ass gun that I've never heard of, trying to go to Area 51 to try and find what? Aliens, bro? Nick. What the fuck?
Which they're just straight up vlogging themselves committing crimes. It's
Oh.
showing them trespassing past the point of the signs that read, warning, no trespassing, maximum punishment $1,000 fine, 6 months imprisonment, or both strictly enforced. But they do trespass.
You can't even. This nigga big as hell with a bald head with a little ass gun in his hand. You can't even be like, oh, my bad, I took the wrong turn. Bro, I was trying to find a store and I accidentally went on I accidentally went through a checkpoint of a military base. This is like last week. Don't ask why. Maryland is full of like military bases, but it's like, hey, I took the wrong turn here. How do I get back? The guy was cool as shit. He was like, hey, go ahead, go up there, turn around, you good. Imagine trying to tell a highly secured officer, hey man, I took the wrong turn. I'm sorry. I was just going. Nigga, they finna shoot you. They finna bust a Nick. They about to put 3 holes in you like a bowling ball, nigga. Like, what do you mean? There's sometimes you just can't like bullshit your way out of something. This is something that you just can't bullshit your way out of. This is not worth it. You don't have to go here, bro. No, bro.
They upload the video and then they vanish.
They uploaded this shit
completely. For years, they're just gone before they finally come back with a video. And this time it's just the son talking, and everyone thinks that his entire behavior is unsettling.
He probably saw some shit.
He has suddenly changed his mind completely to stating that there really is no reasonable reason in which anybody should be going to Area 51 past the gate. In fact, it's actually boring. There's nothing to see there. There's nothing there at all.
And also, that's also cap. He's right, but he's like not right. Like, obviously, he saw something that like he was just like, oh yeah, this shit is not worth it. So he's telling people maybe a script. It was like, bro, it's boring over there. You don't want to go over there. Now you know there's gonna be some shit there, but you have to go through military. Fuck all that military. You got to go through a gun. Y'all ever been shot at before? I have. That's lore for another time. But imagine multiple people aiming shit at you. You know? I would switch my story too if I had 45 people aiming guns at me. Shit, I had 6 of them aiming at me at the little blue menu in College Park because they thought my car was stolen. Y'all remember? Like, bro, like, hold on. Wait. And I was going to a party. And it was people out to this is going to be a yap session. I guess this Cutwater is going to be pretty good for this content, I guess.
Which are all very fair, valid points, but the way that he's expressing it is very odd because their entire channel was about exploring Area 51. It's not like he's saying, hey, listen, when we got in there, we got fined, we got in trouble, and if you're watching this, we just want you to know, don't be dumb like us. We didn't even see anything cool in there. It was boring, and we lost money, and we almost went to jail. Don't do it.
And almost died.
There's nothing behind those gates. That's not what he said. He says,
if there were actually people planning to do something, anything past the gate, like, that's just dumb. Like, I never really understood that. And, like, I don't really understand this whole raid Area 51 thing, you know, whether my or any of the videos that are out there in the world on Area 51 got, you know, that dude to want to do a raid or whatever, like, who cares?
You know, there's some things that my mama and grandmama would probably slap fire out of me for doing some dumb shit. I've done a lot of dumb shit in my life. Going to Area 51 would probably absolve me of getting any type of slaps. It's just like, yo. And as somebody who remembers that, like, raid Area 51 thing, it's just like, yo. Like, why? The thing is, like, why do you need to go over there? To what? Expose something that's probably going to get buried by years of internet content. And nowadays, for some reason, well, not some reason, the internet is going to internet. Literally anything is kirkified now. Like, bro, like, dog. You don't have to go to Area 51, bro. Like, you don't have to, fool.
You know, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but, like, who cares what's back there, you know? Like, it's a military. It's like going to Camp Pendleton and, like, saying, let's go raid Camp Pendleton, you know? Like,
man, it's like going to Fort Zancudo in GTA 5, and then you find out, even if you put a jet there, there's jets coming after you, tanks coming after you, people by the droves of hundreds, maybe thousands, trying to kill the shit out of you, bro. Like, you don't have to go there. Like, I know sometimes, like, things that you want, you will face adversity. This is adversity that you don't even need to face. You don't have to do that.
It's
You
just a
don't.
military base, and like I'm sure that they have like testing for like equipment and like whatever. Like cool, you know, like that's cool. But like why? Maybe because it's out in the middle of nowhere, and there's like a lot of science fiction and like movies about it.
Nigga, you know about Area 51 since the 50s. Area 51 been Area 51 since what? 20 years before I was born. What, nigga, you don't have to go over there, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know.
It feels evasive and vague. The whole time he's recording this video, he keeps glancing to the side. People say that he just seems not normal. He seems not like the son that they remember in all of the videos when they would explore Area 51.
It's gonna be great, and we forgot to get dinner, so
Luckily, we have some granola
so
bars
we're gonna have
some
some
protein bars.
Yeah, Cliff.
How old is this son?
He looks like he's in his mid to late 20s.
And how long was he gone for? They were gone for?
2 years.
Okay.
They're gone for 2 years. And then they upload this very strange, hard to put your finger on video about Area 51 and how it's boring.
The fact that this video is about a Korean TikToker, fuck, I love Stephanie. You know, she's really cool, dude. Like, this is really good talent. I ain't gonna hold you.
And then they disappear again.
What?
Like I said, sometimes when creators go missing online, it's nothing. Sometimes they're just mentally burnt out, or it's just worse than all of that.
Nah, bro. I think one creator that went, like, deadass went missing, from what I remember, like, honestly, I just remember her and her Italian Greyhound and that buff-ass husband of hers. What was his name? Like, Jules? But I know, like, Jenna Marbles. Like, I remember she went missing for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I just thought she was just like a quirky white lady with some cute dogs and a buff husband just saying wonky things. Why did she go missing? Wait a minute. Why did she go missing? Wait. Did she do something racist? What happened to her? Because, no, I used to watch her when I was a kid, bro. I don't know. Somebody's going to tell me. I don't know, but whoa.
Like July 3rd, 2023, Mama Guy post what appears to be his very last TikTok for a long time.
This the nigga that was essaying people?
Okay, before Mama Guy.
Yes.
Are they
Mama
just
Guy?
gone? The other
Yeah, they're
channel?
just gone.
That's it?
Mac Adventures is just gone.
Nobody knows what's going on? There's conspiracy theories and that's it?
We assume that they're safe. We assume that they're fine. They said that they sold their motorcycles because they just weren't into it anymore. So that was their main
Shit,
method of
that would be interesting
transportation and
either.
exploring and the basis of their videos. But they got
Shit, if I had got Honda joints, can I get a Honda Accord for the free ski? For a sponsorship? Give me a good 2015 Honda Accord. Less than 100,000 miles. I'm good. Give me a car. You know what I'm saying? If you want to. But them motorcycles is gone. After what they probably seen, I don't even want to look at a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying?
rid of the motorcycle, so there's really no point in making videos, which then just made everybody even more suspicious. But I don't think that they're in jail. I don't think that they're being held by aliens or any of that. I think they're okay, but just what happened in that 2-year span, everybody's got a lot of questions.
Understandable.
And the same thing is happening in real time right now.
For Mama
July
Guy?
3rd, 2023.
Mama Guy?
Mama Boy. Mama Guy.
Mama Boy?
Whatever you want to call him. And this guy is going to be very familiar to you once I start explaining what he does.
I bet
but
you-
he is
I bet
someone
you it
who has
won't.
over 50 million TikTok followers.
Bart, I ain't never seen this nigga in my life. Shit. I ain't never seen this nigga in my life.
50 million. And he posts what appears to be his very
12
last
million
TikTok for a
fucking
very
people.
long time. This is in 2023. If you don't know Mama Guy, Mama Boy, he's one of those TikTok reaction guys. And you see someone doing a hack, like putting a popcorn kernel in the middle of a hair straightener and then watching it pop.
I love those videos. I really love those videos.
And then it's a stitch to a creator testing it out to see if it works.
So he's like
But
Cobby
his whole
Lane.
branding, his whole trademark, and why he's called Mama Boy, Mama Guy by people is when he's scared, impressed, excited, he screams like, Mama! 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 Koreans call it like a really Nukian way.
Sleazy.
Like it's very perverted sounding.
Ooh, shout out to people who are able to like not to who are able to like accurately suggest that somebody is like on some weird timing. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's cool as shit. But like not like I don't know, like if not bro, that nigga is not bro. Fuck that nigga. I don't even know cuz it's still fucking right now. No, it's fuck that nigga right now. But it's like shout out to people who can like fish it out before everything blows up. You know?
I don't know. I don't think it comes across as perverted to people who don't speak Korean. But like I guess in like the Korean humor sense, it's
Yeah,
kind of like that
I can
like
see it.
Nicky humor. Very like
Yeah, but he's famous.
very famous.
Was he the number one followed or no?
He was the number 1 followed on TikTok in South
Oh, look,
Korea.
it's BTS.
Aside from
Brent Rivera was tapped in like that in Korea. Damn. Y'all was fucking with cuz. Damn.
celebrities like BTS and Blackpink.
So he was number one influencer in Korea. You
Yes.
can say.
Wow.
But what's crazy is no one in Korea knows him.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, nobody knows who this guy is. In fact, he was invited to this massive award show with Korean celebrities, Korean actors.
Wait, sorry. My mind is all over the place. Did y'all know that Hongdae guy is like related to Jesse? I just found that out. That's actually like holy shit. You know the guy's like, "Do you live alone? Do you live alone?" You are very open-minded. You know, with the leather jacket, you know what I'm saying? Please don't treat me like I'm Hamza, please. Okay, I'm just trying to I would like to please, like, hey, I'm trying to see if y'all know who I'm talking about. That's a tangent.
A-list actors, Korean idols, and everyone is confused about who this guy is and why he's acting a mess on stage. It was weird.
That's just so crazy to think like how big internet is now. Like
It's
TikTok and
crazy.
stuff. You can
That's
have 50
crazy.
million followers and nobody knows you outside of it. Because I'm
That's the dream. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of the dream. Cause like I don't like people like coming up to me like that, but I do love it at the same time. But it's just like, oh, a lot of people know me, but if I go outside, go to the grocery store, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I would love to go to Whole Foods or something. Trader Joe's, give me some salmon from Trader Joe's. Ooh! My ex used to work at Trader Joe's. Fuck Trader Joe's at the moment. I'm having flash. Oh, this lemon drop is fucking me up.
never heard of this guy until this.
Really? You haven't heard of him? I think I came
No.
across a few of his videos before. The way that I would describe his videos is it's feel-good content. It's the epitome of brain rot. If your FYP is as depressing as mine can get, where it's just like a dark hole of political dysfunction and what's going on in the world, you see his video and you're like, oh, okay, I guess a straightener does pop a popcorn kernel. And then you move on. But it's not necessarily riveting. Like, you're not going to go and look for his videos.
So it's like one of them joints where it's like that one dude that tries to roll a Smirnoff bottle down some steps and it just makes a fat ass mess. And then the next one, it's a Smirnoff bottle with blue food dye and now the whole steps are blue. Like that, those type of joints. Okay.
Or at least I don't. He's one of those people.
Ah.
By 2023, he had over 50 million followers on TikTok. He was one of the bigger creators doing this type of content before he just vanishes. There's no goodbye. There's no hiatus notice. No mention of a mental health break. He just straight up vanishes. His last video uploaded is another reaction video. Like, there's no reason for anyone to believe that Mama Guy has been kidnapped by aliens or that something sinister happened to him at Area 51. He just is gone after a very normal post. His fans naturally think maybe it was mental health struggles. But 2 years later, in 2025, he comes back with a statement.
What?
It is a long-winded, confusing statement.
The statement is in text, right? He's not
Yes.
talking. Okay.
No, there was like a brief TikTok video that he uploaded, but then it got deleted. But it wasn't lengthy. It was him like bowing an apology. It was a mess. It's just text in Korean and in English. He writes, "Hello, to everyone who knows me, I want to express my deepest apologies for the disappointment and hurt that I've caused. I should have shown you only my best side, but due to my poor judgment and mistakes, I caused discomfort to many of you and hurt those involved. I deeply reflect on my actions and offer my heartfelt apologies. In short, he writes, since July 2023, I have fully cooperated with legal proceedings related to this incident. After a long and difficult process, I was found not guilty of the major charges that were widely reported. A lot of people are confused at what's going on even. Like, this is a very vague statement. Like, what do you mean that you were found not guilty? And, like, what were the charges? You're being very vague.
Yeah, what the
He
fuck?
says that the legal process was long, arduous, terrifying. At first, I was overwhelmed by fear. Some people advised me to admit to the charges, saying it might result in a lighter sentence, even if they weren't true. But after long and difficult contemplation, I realized that what I feared most was not being able to tell the truth.
I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna find out the difference between, like, you better not, hey bro, this better not turn into you was actually stealing vagina, bro. I ain't gonna, you not bro. So I'm using bro as, like, I'm trying to, like, hold myself from cursing at the moment. You better not have been stealing no, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I just can't wrap my head around somebody who steals vagina, bro. Like, try to get into that pocketbook, and then you come around saying, like, it was a lack of judgment. Do you know how the length of not trying, but I'm saying, like, the length of courting to where it leads to somebody liking you and consenting to you doing the body to body, and you're just stealing it? And imagine what it would feel like someone who's getting something stolen from them, the fight that may happen, the scariness of, like, if the person that you're stealing from freezes and their body may lock up, like, I don't it's just like a lack of judgment is like you may say something wrong in the wrong moment and you haven't read the room. Something like SA, it's more than just like a lack of judgment. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck did you do? What the hell did you do?
Trying to prove something I haven't done was extremely difficult. I'm truly sorry. And I respectfully tell you that I am not the man who kicked a woman in the video.
Huh?
He's a different person.
What?
The video that Mama Guy is talking about is the viral CCTV video from a South Korean SA case. It's called the Busan Roundhouse Kick case, and we've actually covered it. In the lobby of an...
We watched that, didn't we? Or did I allude to it in one of them? We watched a lot of Stephanie videos. Shout out to Stephanie for, like, holding us down. You know what I'm saying?
Apartment building, a guy stalks a girl all the way home.
Yeah.
They just
Oh, we
made eye
watched
contact on
this.
the street.
We watched
He
this. We watched
stalks
this.
her
Yeah.
home, approaches her.
Fuck
Before
that
she
nigga,
can
bro.
react, he spins and kicks her straight in the head. Straight
Fuck that nigga, fool. Fuck that nigga.
to her skull, knocking her unconscious. He then drags her to the stairwell area where there are no cameras so that he can try to assault her.
Bro.
If you're putting all the information together based off of his statement, it sounds like he was accused illegally of being the guy in the video that kicks and essays that woman. He's basically being framed for it. He fights the charges legally, the main charges are dropped, and he fought to prove his innocence, but regardless, he's still very sad at disappointing his fans for not being more transparent and for being gone for the past 2 years.
And then he becomes non-transparent in his apology. So you're sorry for not being transparent, so you're still being vague in your apology.
That's the message that sounds like it's being delivered,
What
right?
the fuck?
If you know nothing about him, or if you know nothing about the case, it would be understandable that that's exactly what happened. Except when you look just a little bit further into it, you realize nobody really thought that he was the guy in the CCTV video.
That's what I'm saying. That nigga in that video was buff as a bitch. This Mama Guy dude, he like skinny Benny. You feel me? He's skinny. Who the fuck would think you them? You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? No. What are you talking about?
Kicking that woman. maybe a few TikTok accounts, but this was not a widespread belief.
Because that guy was caught, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about it. He was caught and
He was
everything.
caught.
But
Yeah.
I don't
And
remember.
even if you just look at the figure of both.
Wait, look at that nigga and look at this nigga. What the fuck did you do? What did you do? Because you're trying to okey doke people. I don't know about you. I'm not somebody that likes to be okey doked. So what the fuck did you do, mama guy, mama boy? What the fuck did you do?
To them, it's not him.
The fuck?
This is not a widespread belief. Nobody really thought he was the guy in that video until he posted the apology statement. I found more comments saying, hey guys, remember when everyone thought he was the guy in the video? He's not. Versus, this is the guy in the video.
Yeah.
I would say like 95% of them are these clarification comments.
Crazy.
And that's when the videos start popping up of people saying, see, look, this guy has a tattoo on his arm in the CCTV camera of the elevator bay, and Mama Guy does not. It almost feels like Mama Guy is the one spreading this rumor that people thought that he was the one in the CCTV video.
Well, yeah, it does seem like that. It does seem like that because they wouldn't have said that unless he said the statement. Yeah. So he's trying to divert people from something. You gotta know that the internet is not stupid. This is not 2007. This is 2025. People will find whatever is going on just because they're bored or they have the time to do so. What did you do?
Which, why would he do that?
That's
State
what
a
I'm
rumor
saying.
that nobody really believes and then disprove the rumor that, again, nobody really believed in the first place. Why would he do that? It just doesn't make any sense. Why bring attention to it if it's not even true to begin with and nobody was talking about it? Well, maybe it's because he's hiding something bigger. Maybe what he did is worse than being accused, falsely accused, of being the guy in the viral CCTV video. This is the case of Mama Guy, or Seo Won-jung, the Korean TikToker
Why you have to double zoom in like that? What the fuck? Hold on.
with 55 million followers, who was found guilty of sexual assault and has now come back online and convinced his followers that he's innocent. He's convinced people to support a fully convicted rapist so that he can go back to posting TikToks.
Oh yeah, Stephanie's on her shit right now. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's
And
go.
it worked.
And it's working.
It's working? How? I don't understand. How does that work? I genuinely don't understand. Like, how does that work? Like, fool is convicted and he said it's a lie. So he took a plea deal or something, or people just believe him because why? Because he may look like a nice little cute little boy, little mama's boy or something. Man, fuck that shit. He's
Thank you to
convicted.
sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the Joyful Heart Foundation.
The
They're working
fuck?
to transform society's response to SADV and CA. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support our growing team, and we'd also like to thank you guys for your continued support. As always, full show notes are available at RottenMangoPodcast.com. Today's case involves mentions of SA. Please take time if this is too much for you. And we had help from our professional Korean researchers who worked on this case, but sometimes things don't translate perfectly with figures of speech, so please let us know if anything is missing or mistranslated in the comments. That said, one big thing that I want to clear up is that there's a rumor that Mama Guy was acquitted, and that is completely entirely false.
Oh,
That is
shit.
not a true statement. He was charged and he was convicted. This is someone that has a charge of sexual assault against a woman on his record. He was convicted of it. He has been found guilty of it.
And the nigga spent what, 2 years in jail? And he's just coming back like everything is fine.
There's no question about his innocence because he is not innocent.
I think the case is crazy because everyone thinks he's innocent right now. The whole internet thinks he's innocent.
I don't understand how, like, sorry, Stephanie.
So
I don't understand how people just believe whatever the fuck they want to believe when you can literally just Google this shit. Is this nigga innocent? No. I feel like nowadays media literacy is not the problem. People is just fucking dumb nowadays. It's them damn phones. People are downright dead as a doornail stupid. People are dumb nowadays. What do you mean? What is he gonna say? Oh no, I took the plea deal because I ain't want to fight in court because I ain't got the money for it. That's what.
Infuriating. I feel like they've got to be bots or something.
No,
Or
I think
who
people are just
generate-
taking whatever because
Nah,
you said the information is so
bro.
limited.
That doesn't make sense. Like what? The fact that people say like somebody does a crime and they get acquitted of it, but we all know they do the crime, they still hold them to that. Like, bro, you did this. Like, what are you talking about? We know you did this. We know you did this. The reason why you got acquitted was because you probably threw out some evidence that would have put your ass in the dirt. And people are like, bro, no, you did this shit. But this nigga literally has a guilty conviction and he comes back and says, I'm innocent. And people believe him. This got to be pretty privilege. This got to be handsome for privilege. There's no fucking way. There's no way. Y'all think this nigga cute. Y'all probably think he cute. So you think he probably wouldn't be able to do that. But you don't know that the fact that this nigga look like this and doing some heinous stuff like this is way more terrifying than somebody that you would already expect would be able to do something like that. I'm not going further in that. And I don't even want you to imagine that. I'm not gonna put that in your brain, but that's how I'm thinking. It's like people just think he too cute to do something like that. Fuck out of here, bro.
And nobody knows anything about this
Man,
case. It's
fuck
so
out of
hush-hush.
here, fool. What?
Right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, and he's such a blatant manipulator. He has no shame. He has no shame at trying to twist
That's
words
crazy.
and twist his apology statement to make it seem like he's innocent.
That's crazy.
I genuinely have a personal, deep-rooted disliking for this guy, and I don't know, it's definitely not just me because my
As
team
you
researchers
should,
and the whole
fool.
RM team have made it our second hobby now.
Shit, man, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. I swear if I see this nigga on my TikTok, I pray that I still remember what's going on. And I'm gonna say, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. The fuck is you talking about?
Aside from RM, if he ever is trying to do merch, if he's ever trying to have a video game, because this is what he was planning to do before he got convicted of SA, oh, you better believe we will be on the front line saying something. The way that he is so blatant about his lies and manipulation is something that I haven't even seen before.
You know, the thing about Stephanie is like, I like the way she does her journalism, but she's not like, like a certified journalist, but she like tries to be as ethical as she can be. When she gets not triggered, but when she gets activated, when that battery is put in her back, there's no type of edit that will stop her. And I love that. I love that she is not afraid to crash out. Or she's not afraid to tell somebody like, bro, we don't fuck with that dude. But she's able to do it in just such an ad-friendly way, in such like a professional way. I pray that one day I will be like that, but I will applaud an inspiration like this. Cause what? Y'all heard me say fuck that nigga 5 times? And we're not even done doing that. We're 14 minutes into this shit. We got an hour left. Man, please, man.
I feel
What
like
you
you see
talking about?
celebrities who are accused of crimes all the time and they try to make all these stupid statements of how remorseful they are. And it's kind of annoying because you can tell that they're not remorseful in any sense of the word. The statement itself is like, oh, I feel so remorseful and ashamed. But his statements are so blatantly, it makes me so angry.
I ain't reading that shit. Wait, hold on. That's ChatGPT. That's ChatGPT. Hey, bro, that's ChatGPT, bro.
Celebrities who are accused of crimes all the time and they try to make all these stupid statements of how remorseful they are. And it's kind of annoying because you can tell that they're not remorseful in any sense of the word. The statement itself is like, oh, I feel so remorseful and ashamed. But his
Nigga, who the fuck do this? Actually, it probably isn't ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT will have a longer, whatever the fuck this is. I didn't learn this in whatever I knew. Because like, this may be a cultural thing. Then if this is a cultural thing, then I'm wrong. Because usually when I see like the claims about unlawful confinement, it would be like a parentheses, no? Or like that little star, the asterisk. Not this. Usually when you see some shit, it's like ChatGPT putting this shit there. I guess that's like a way to know if it's ChatGPT. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's still fuck this nigga. So
His statements
Yeah.
are so blatantly, it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's get started. There are a few dozen people out there that may have quietly changed the trajectory of the entire country.
What you
Nobody
mean?
really knows about them. Maybe they do, but they have no idea how they've impacted history, if you will. These handful of people just have weirdly specific skills that change history of the entire nation, and we barely know about it.
okay.
They are the sparring partners for potential presidential candidates to practice for the big presidential debate. So before each presidential debate, even the vice presidential debate, the candidates will have around 12 mock debates,
Wow.
fake debates. And the sparring partner is
Yeah.
the same person for all 12 of them.
Right.
These debates are, I mean, you see them highly publicized. These are big moments, although I think the statistics on how much the debates actually sway the voters are very limited. It's just a big moment in the campaign, but I think by that point, most people they're decided on which party. It's party divisive.
And, I don't want to turn this into like a political ass video, but I just flash back to that presidential debate. I don't know what the hell has happened to America, bro. Like, I genuinely don't know. Everybody's mad now. And that black lady told you that. Miss Harris. Shit, Obama told you that shit, but you don't trust cuz. Because he may have done something that you don't agree. Like, fool, we told you what's finna happen, bro. Not we. Well, actually we, because I would call myself a Democrat, yeah. I'm a Democrat, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm a liberal, yeah. I feel like I'm a liberal person. Y'all think I'm liberal? It don't really matter if you don't think I am, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, yeah. But like, we told y'all what's finna happen. Now this nigga is literally freestyling stuff. Talking about a fucking 50-year mortgage. Nigga, watch out. Some people can't even pay their 30-year mortgage. And imagine telling that to black people that our lifespan is extending slowly. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? 50-year mortgage. That interest about to be nasty.
These sparring partners,
Fuck.
they're usually politicians or senators.
I thought noise was happening. That was just Stephanie's music selection.
Who are well versed in the opponent's viewpoints. They will become that opponent for the candidate. They will mimic the opponent's cadence.
Okay.
More importantly, they will study all of their talking points, deliver them in a debate in an effort to win. They cannot be people pleasers. They cannot be yes men. They
Right.
have to truly be the opponent and try to tear down the candidate.
Yeah, I learned that in A-Push. I thought that was like normal. What?
By doing that, they're trying to help the candidate win. It's a very interesting idea. Mitt Romney, who is going up against Obama, stated about his sparring partner, "I wanted to kick him out of the room. He was so good." Other candidates have taken it even further. They want to replicate the exact debate room down to the positioning of the podiums and how close they are to the opponents. They even recreate the ambient temperature of the room to make sure nothing goes awry just because it's a little hot or a little too cold. They say for presidential debates, you spend at least half the time doing these mock debates.
Okay.
And then you leave the rest of the time for the murder board. That's what they call it. The murder board consists of subject matter experts. They're the board. And they come in just to murder every single one of your talking points, to disprove you, to argue with you with science and facts that you probably don't have because you're a presidential candidate and you're not well versed in every single aspect of the world and politics.
I ain't gonna lie, I love that shit though. You need to tell me every reason why you think the way that you think. Tell me. I want you to know if you actually know. I love it, but it also gives me a headache, so I stopped doing it. That used to be me back in the day. Like, I used to love like debating with people, and I want to make sure you know exactly what you're talking about. I'm glad that a lot of people have not met me because I was very insufferable back then. Because a lot of people were saying a lot of dumb shit that you could disprove wrong, but like there's like a fatigue that comes with trying to justify your point ad nauseum. I'm not like that now. I'm just like, bro, you think that way, I think you weird, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna argue with you because you wanna know why? You just finna still think the way that you think, and what? We just got like a content moment out of it. But at what cost? You won't know until like what, 5 years later? You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
It is to kill all of your inadequate statements before it reaches the public. You've got the mock sessions, the murder board. You have to be careful of all of your microfacial expressions. That can dominate post-debate coverage. Smirk, eye roll, all over the news. That's it. But one person who has been an advisor for many debate states, ultimately it doesn't really matter because the greatest politicians do better in the real debates than the mock ones.
Yeah.
The greatest come alive when the stakes are high. They want that pressure.
That's the thing.
That's when they actually do their best.
That's the thing that's like, another basketball analogy. You can shoot as many shots as you can, like Stephen Curry. There was one time he made like what? It was like 75 plus shots out of 100. Those are open shots. When you got a nigga like Wemby in front of you and you're able to make a 36 long footer, bro, what? Or if you're like LeBron, if you're able to like cross somebody over and then your instinct tells you to wrap around behind your back, but then next thing you know, you throw it in between Tristan Thompson's legs to where nobody even knows that you made some magic happen and you just finished the play. Or like Kyrie, you just do some shit that you didn't even know that you're capable of doing, or something that you don't even practice. Like, it's like you get into a flow state that people cannot even explain why you did this. And that only comes when you're under pressure. That only comes when you're under pressure. You can practice as much as you think, but your opponent is practicing for something that you don't even think you know. You know what I'm saying? They might practice your counter. And then you do a counter that was like in your bag that you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't know what you talking about. Like with Stephen Curry, like there was that one play that Kyrie did where he tried to do like a behind the back, but he in and out right there. No basketball coach will ever teach that. How the fuck do you even know he would do that? That's why he's the maestro and probably one of the best people to touch a basketball. Kyrie Irving, now I'm going to stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it be. You could practice for however you want, but if you got it, you got it. And people will know you got it because you will do something that they didn't even think would be possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that. Nobody thought Wemby would come into the league. Nobody thought somebody's 7'5" with a guard handle from France with the potential of everything and everybody would come in and just dominate. The only reason why he not like being at the potential that he should be is because they won't pass him the fucking ball. Stephon Castle. Nigga, I love Stephon Castle. Come on, cut. Sorry. It's too much. My bad. My fault.
But other than that, some other small things that they have to worry about is you probably have to know every single logical fallacy in existence.
Yes.
No place breeds fallacies like the world of politics. This is their true home. This is their humble abode. Logical fallacies are little tricks your brain makes or people make on purpose to make you believe and think something is true even when it's not true. Basically, it's an argument that when you hear this argument, you think, you know what? Valid. That's a good point.
I feel like the fact that I know this from like high school, and like this is like one of the main things that I know, and I've been out of high school since 2017. That means something. And now when I like debate with people or just like honestly talk to people and just hear them and let them talk, it's just like, oh, damn. But then again, I don't want to come off as condescending. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like shrink myself when it comes to talking to people because it's just like, oh, you literally made a straw man argument, or like say like you know a word, but it makes people like uncomfortable that you said this word, and they don't want to like admit like, bro, you're literally making you're literally making a straw man argument, and it's like, oh, or like say like, oh, you making a moot point. If you come across somebody that doesn't know what a moot point is, it's just like, okay, all right, cool. Because I don't want to come off as an asshole. I just want to like not even educate. I just want to let you know what you're doing, just for the sake of you not sounding stupid. And there's a lot of people who want to say like, oh, you using them big words. And the word is like imbecile. I saw some shit. This nigga texted his mans and he said, bro, you're an imbecile. Nigga said, nigga, fuck them big words. You call I ain't no imbecile. Just like, bro.
Point. But at its core, it is pretty much entirely flawed logic. Because they appear to be correct, people get tricked into accepting them.
Yeah.
The most common being an ad hominem fallacy, which ad hominem in Latin means to the man. So instead of attacking the opponent's logic or
You attack
reasoning,
the person.
you just attack the person.
Yeah,
you
bro.
see this so much in politics. It clearly has nothing to do with the opponent's argument. It's just about them. When logically speaking, even an unethical, even an idiot can make sound arguments. A quick example would be, Margaret says, we should consider implementing stricter environmental regulations to reduce pollution. Jacob argues, why should we listen to anything you say? You're not an environmental scientist. When have you ever cared about the environment?
And then people will literally nowadays be like, fuck you environmental scientists with your big degrees. You think you got these big degrees and that don't mean shit, nigga. That's like how them flat earthers be talking. Like, fool, like, what are we doing, bro? Like people be trying to think they smart. And there's literal people who have books, knowledge, 10 plus years in the game of knowing what the fuck you're trying to argue. And you think you're right because you think that they were lied to in the books that are literally the only physical copies of scientific evidence. And then their reason why they're saying fuck what you're talking about is because it's an AI overview on Google. That should be pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. That should be pissing me the fuck off. That shit pisses me the fuck off. Like, niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want to start a podcast, but I know I'm gonna get into a very not like saturated type of field, and I want to make sure I do it right. I'd be damned if I know something and I'm like trying to do some reading and stuff like that and all those other things. I went to school and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I learn some things and I know what the fuck I'm talking about, Bod, if I know what I'm talking about and I experience what I'm talking about and I know what I'm talking about, the one thing that will tip me over the edge and turn me ignorant to cursing out a motherfucker by nauseum, bro, is you telling me, hey man, I know you did this, that, and the third. You use them big words. This is that. Nigga, I said imbecile. And you call it imbeccile. And now I have to tap into my brain to know that you're not even intelligent enough to understand that you said some dumbass shit. So now I have to, play back all the things that I learned and also play in real time. This is the Kyrie Irving in and out from the behind the back. That's the real time joint that I need to understand, that I need to talk to you in a sense where you need to where you can understand without feeling like I'm trying to feel like I'm above you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been egoed by people who are smarter than me. I feel like I've egoed people who are not smarter than me, or I guess more educated than me. So I understand like both sides. So it's like you just gotta like, it's a battle. It's literally just like in-game instincts. And the best thing to practice it, read. Have experience, read, and be open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Not like the you live alone type, the hung they got. No. Like, actually be open-minded. Because a lot of dumb niggas will give you some nice insight. It's been some times where I got good life insight from a homeless man. And I'm not calling him dumb, but it's like, think about how like the natural thought process of someone trying to tell you something when they're not in the position that you think that you're in. So that means you shouldn't you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't listen to somebody who you may deem is lesser than you by materialistic goods. Again, knowledge is power, and experience trumps knowledge. You gotta have both. You gotta have both. You have to have both. You have to.
I heard you can't even keep a house plant alive. And I guess you could argue, if you really must, that subjectively maybe these are good points. However, it's ad hominem fallacy. Margaret never claimed to be an environmental scientist, nor is expertise required to make a valid argument here. There is no proof being brought up that she doesn't care for the environment, and her affinity for overwatering her succulents has no correlation to her statement.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
So this is just kind of a dumb argument.
The thing is, like, things being dumb is like you come across people that will really smack fire out of you for saying some dumbass shit to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm saying, like, bro, everybody deserves to eat, and somebody tells me, like, you ain't give your best friend a sandwich because you was hungry back in middle school, but I smack fire out of you, nigga. You think your argument is good because I ain't give my homeboy a sandwich back then? I smack fire out of you. Make sure I smack the taste out your mouth. A lot of people be acting all smartsy artsy and everything. And mind you, I come from a pretty prestigious educational family, and I'm the black sheep of it. But like, sometimes I love to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I love to learn and finding different types of fallacies and arguments. If I'm trying to like learn about somebody and they try to hit me with a bro, if they try to hit me with some shit that they think that they ate, bro, boy, I smack fire. I smack the taste out of their mouth so they can't taste nothing for the rest of their life. Your taste buds is done. All you fear is, like, that's it. Like, stop playing with people, bro. Stop playing with people. And I honestly feel like the way that the world is now, these dumb niggas gonna act like the smart people, because you know smart people are pretty condescending by nature. And if you come across somebody who's like smart but put in a position that their smarts didn't ascend them in something that they want to do, resentment comes, and then some people will belittle people who may deem as less smart than them. You know, it's a slippery slope. It's a conversation for another time because we have an hour left. But these are things that I just, love to think about. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like if you say, my friend tells me to eat clean every day, but she never eats cleanly, therefore her advice is not worth listening to.
But then again, if you talk to your mans that hit for like 25 million and blew that shit, if he tells you what you shouldn't do, I would listen to bro because he blew that 25 million. I'm over here scratching and clawing for 2,500 a month to make rent. You know? If my man's who blew that 25 million, yeah, I think he made a lot of dumb decisions, but I can learn from his dumb decisions. If he tells me what I shouldn't do, I would listen. I feel like I would listen to somebody who would tell me, hey, don't do this, don't do that, because when I did it, and say like I'm in the most genetic makeup of that person, mind you, I can't eat excess sugar. I can't do that. I can't. Sugar fucks me up, you know? So it's like, if I'm talking to somebody that sugar fucks them up, but they got a sweet tooth, and like I'm seeing what they're doing, if they tell me like, yo, don't eat sugar, bro, don't eat sugar. One thing that you can do as somebody who's receiving this message is like, okay, so they ate sugar and they have the same type of sugar type of reaction that you do, and you see what they're doing, and they're trying to tell you like this is that and the third. It is best to see how they are in the physical sense and listen to the words for what not to do. Instead of saying like, nigga, you ate sugar, you big as a blimp. You ate sugar and your foot cut off. Like, bro, that's not cool, bro. We can all learn from each other. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be mean. You don't. You don't have to be mean. And I honestly feel like I'm like going on a tangent, but that's why you're here.
Is the friend annoying? Yes. However, the friend's failure to eat cleanly does not really negate the evidence supporting benefits of eating well.
Exactly.
Or there's a straw man fallacy. This is when someone's brain shuts down at the idea of processing even an ounce of nuance or context. Someone who will go empty behind the eyes when something is not black or white. It's I wish you could help me more with housework. So you're saying I do nothing around the house?
That pisses me off so much. That really makes me angry. Like it brings a visceral reaction out of me. It brings and it's like if you say like, nigga, I know you're not fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying. Oh, it makes me so angry. Oh my gosh. I just you know what I'm clean around the fucking house. And I don't have to say, no, I don't think that you don't do anything. Clean up, you fucking slob.
So then why are you even dating me?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Stephanie is triggering me to how my ex was. Hey, man, watch out, bro. Watch out, bro. Watch out, bro. Watch out, bro. I'm halfway through this cut water, man. Watch out, bro. Fuck is you talking about why you date me? Because I believe that you're a good human. Fuck are you talking about? Stop saying dumb shit to me. Like I'm sorry. It comes out sometimes. It's just like, bro, what?
I don't want to go to dinner tonight. You never want to do anything with me. You literally hate spending time with me.
And then like, oh, it's because you have something to do or you're tired.
We need to increase funding for public schools. I mean, how do you disagree with something like that without seeming like a education hater or
Exactly.
a certified dummy? So you say, my opponent wants to throw unlimited money at schools with no oversight.
Like, I will spear you like Edge in 2005. WWE Edge, Adam Campbell. I will spear the fuck out of you, Slim. I will RKO you like Randy Orton in 2009. Hunting. Looking for the way to grab your neck and just throw you down on your neck. I will pedigree. You know, fuck Triple H. Nigga, I will swanton bow. I'll throw you to the ground. Climb up to the top of his joint. Swanton bomb to make sure that you downed it. I'll sweet chin music your ass, boy. I hate that shit so much.
No accountability, and he wants to do that with taxpayer money.
And then they're using taxpayer money.
That's not at all what they said. Essentially, you're exaggerating someone's point and then disproving the exaggerated point.
Exactly.
Or finding issue with this exaggerated point. The position being attacked is not the position the opponent actually holds.
Exactly.
But these things work.
Yeah.
It works because people don't want to think. These people don't want to fucking think. Because it takes more time to think than to say shit out your mouth. People just want to be heard. All these people just want to be heard, not knowing that, bro, think a little bit. You're going to say something stupid. And then it's like they get the benefit of the doubt until their tweets or things are being brought up 10 years later. And it's like, oh, that was the time. No, you've been a dumb bitch for like that long. And you have to speak for it.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what they do.
Mama Guy is going to employ multiple of these.
Fuck that nigga in his good skin. Fuck that nigga, bro.
His favorite is going to be the red herring fallacy. Red herring is a type of fish that has a very pungent odor. It's believed that when hunters were training dogs back in the day, they would get foxes and they would rub red herring all over their tails to confuse the dogs before releasing the foxes to be hunted down by the dogs. The dogs would smell the red herring, they wouldn't get the foxes, and then they would eventually have to learn that they need to go for the original initial weaker scent of the fox. That actually turned out to be a myth, like a red herring, okay?
Really?
I think they actually used red herring or, unfortunately, dead cats when training horses for war back in the day.
What the
It was
fuck?
to train them to be able to withstand chaos and the scent of death while everyone's dying in war.
Oh.
Regardless, a very depressing origin. But
Wow. Shout out to you for learning that. Oh my gosh. That would have made me so sad finding that. Oh my goodness.
To put the red herring fallacy simply, it's when irrelevant information is introduced into an argument to divert attention away from the actual issue that needs to be discussed. For example, let's talk about Chris's misuse of campaign funds. Oh, really? Well, what about your voting record? You're just distracting the audience and making them go down a second rabbit hole. And what's bad is that most of the time, the second rabbit hole is pretty valid.
But the thing is, like, and that's probably why people say, be careful of your response. And nowadays, people are saying, my response should not be held at a regard because of what you did. And we should be more inclined to focus on your initial thing, because at the end of the day, your initial thing was the cause and then the effect. So in all aspects of everything, the cause is always the thing that needs to be focused on. The effect is just the effect. But we always go back to the cause until we don't. And until the distraction makes us forget for some reason. I have no idea why. But I'm thinking. My brain is working.
But you're just taking the attention away.
Yeah.
You asked me about X, but instead I'm going to answer and talk about Y. Or just changing the subject to something that sounds more important to avoid answering the question that you wanted me to address.
And this is why I think that people who do this, people who like bring on a situation and they respond to you with a different situation, it's like, no, fuck that, or we're not having this conversation. What the fuck did you do? Respond to what you did. Fuck what I did right now. We're talking about you right now. And then after you tell me what you did and explain what you did, then we can talk about it. That puts the ball in their court. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, like, what makes you more different than me? You introduced that. Or the first person to introduce a conversation is, I feel like the first person that introduces the conversation is the first thing that needs to be figured out until we get into the next part of the conversation. Because when you say, like, you're looking at an outline of an essay, it's 1, 1A, 1B, 1C, and then 2. We all know the 1 is the biggest bold. We don't never talk about 1B, 1A, 1B, 1C, because our eyes will literally look at 1. Our eyes will look at it. We will literally look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're talking about you right now. Don't bring up me right now. We'll talk about me because I'm ready for that. I knew you was even going to do that. But we're talking about you. We're talking about you. Oop, sorry. I pressed the wrong button. Maybe
That's the red herring, or the weak man fallacy. Otherwise known as the cousin of the straw man fallacy that we went over. The weak man, another one that Mama Guy loves to use, is finding the weakest point of the opponent's argument and only defeating that point, therefore pretending like you have won the war, that you are defeating their entire position. Let's say person A believes all food except pizza should be banned. Person B believes all food except burgers should be banned.
Hold on, you ain't finna ban burgers, nigga. I love burgers, boy. You ain't finna talk about no damn burgers. I love me a burger, man. Fuck what you talking about?
And person B is explaining their burger theory. For 10 minutes, they're bringing up nutritional value, nutritional facts, the cost of making burgers, the way that it can be manufactured and made in a production line that's much quicker. And lots of people love burgers. All of these things, and at the end, they make
I love burgers, damn it.
a comment, probably more as a joke, that burgers just have a lot more fun ring to it than pizzas. Burgers is more fun to say. Person A, instead of arguing nutritional aspects, starts making fun of person B. Burgers have a nice ring to it. What about nuclear warfare? Doesn't that...
But don't make me slap fire at you. You don't talk about some fucking nuclear warfare. I ain't go to the bathroom. Let me talk about some fucking nuclear warfare. Nigga, I'm talking about burgers, nigga. Burgers, nigga. Burgers. You ever ate a burger before in your life, regardless if it's an Impossible Burger, a turkey burger? I don't give a fuck. A burger is a burger. You had a burger before? You ever felt how you felt when you ate a burger? You ever felt what you felt when you ate a pizza, regardless if it's a Detroit, Chicago deep dish, a New York style pizza, stuffed crust? Why the fuck are we talking about nuclear launch codes? I should smack fire out your dumb ass for trying to make niggas. You over here trying to make niggas not want a burger. Damn. And don't let you be somebody who's like a capitalist ass motherfucker. Because me trying to endorse burgers will get people to buy more burgers and fuel the economy. You dumb bitch. But you want to talk about nuclear launch codes that I don't even know about how to even get that. I don't even know how to get that. You talking about nuclear launch codes? I'm talking about burgers. Like, that don't even make sense. I'm about to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Hold on. This shit pissed me the fuck off.
That sound like a fun phrase. Imagine if we just did things because they sounded fun. Are we letting a toddler run this country? Get a grip.
Oh,
this
shit.
is insanity. We're just gonna do something because we like the sound of burger. They never address anything else. Or these days, the weak man fallacy is more centered around the weak man in the group. It's like when you see a badly written, horribly misspelled, grammatically abhorrent comment made by someone who has the opposite political view as you, and you take a screenshot and you repost it saying, see, if you're on that party's side, that means you're just as dumb and ridiculous as this person. That kind of falls into the weak man fallacy, but
Yeah.
by all means, go ahead. I mean, who are we to get in the middle of a political showdown on social media about grammar, right? But you find the weakest part of their argument and you treat it like the whole argument. When in reality,
I see what you mean.
they probably have a lot of strong points that you just don't want to touch on.
I also gonna say, like, there's a lot of dumb people in this world, and if somebody does some dumb shit and they're on like a side that is deemed dumb because at what's the word? At like mass, it's a lot of dumb shit going on. I don't think it's right to say all of y'all are dumb, but it's like, I feel like it's best to pinpoint that person for being for sounding stupid. I feel like in terms of like a battle thing, I think that would be better instead of like generalizing, because literally nobody likes generalization on whatever side it is. So it's like, what's the solution for all this? That's what I'm looking for. Like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm so tired of fighting, bro. Can we find a solution and accept that if the reason why what's going on is from me or from you, just accept it. Like, bro, nigga said some dumb shit. Like, what do you want out of this? Or do you just want to argue? And if that's the case, I'm not on that. I don't want to just argue, you know?
You expect people to use these fallacies when they talk about politics.
Yeah.
But you don't expect them to come from a random comedy skit TikToker with 50 million followers in his apology statement after being gone from the internet for 2 years.
That's
the
true.
problem just comes down to the fact that people just don't care enough about Mama Guy to fact check his information. Seo Won-jung was one of the most followed South Koreans on TikTok. Most South Koreans have no clue who this guy is. They would see him on the street, they would not know this man. Summer of 2020, he starts his TikTok account. I will say, like most creators, myself included, he has very limited amounts of talent, relatively good Wi-Fi connection, and moderately high tolerance for embarrassing himself. That's pretty much it.
See, I told you, when she be on that, she be on that.
There's nothing particularly skillful about his videos, but it ends up working. The first video he ever uploads gets 200,000 views. The next one, over 1 million views. And naturally, this convinces him that he is God's gift to earth, and he must grace our measly presences with his infamous mama videos.
Which is crazy because, like, is it, like, how did this dude get famous for real? Is it because people think he's cute and he's Korean? Like, we remember the How You Wave, right? Is he the reason for this? Like, is this what that is? Apologies if I sound ignorant. I started doing the K-pop content in 2021 or 2022. If you started in 2020, like, is he like the reason? Not the reason, but like, is the How You Wave the reason for this? Please fact check me, and if I'm wrong, and if I sound crazy, I apologize. I genuinely do not know at this current moment. You know what I'm saying? And if I sound stupid, I'm open to being called a dumb fuck, you know?
In just a single year, he grows to have 40 million followers. So maybe he
Damn.
does have some sort of reasoning to believe that he's extraordinary. He was at one point one of the top 10 most followed TikTokers in the world.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. Additionally, he secures a spot in the Forbes 30 under 30 list for Asia.
What?
He has a video with Jason Derulo that has 3.1 million likes.
Well, we don't. Well,
You know that trend where it was greeting people in different countries, and you greet people in Korea and both sides are bowing, and then they greet in America and they're clasping hands.
Oh
and they're
my
shaking.
gosh.
And
I
then
don't
the
know
third
what that
one
is.
just Mama Guy greeting in Korean and Jason Derulo greeting in the American style, and then he slaps him across the face because he's bowing.
oh, so this is like some King Batch type shit. Dumbass, like, slapstick comedy, huh? That's what this is? If you see a nigga, bro, no nigga does this. No person slaps somebody like that. You wait for a dap, and if they accept the dap, you dap. You don't just do this and then try to do. Nobody does that. You just slapped this nigga because you thought this was slapstick comedy. Ha ha, funny, funny. Ha ha, ha 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 ha. Now sing Savage Love, nigga.
Oh my god.
A lot of the comments are positive. You know, people are commenting on Mama Guy's videos. Today, I found out about your videos from my siblings, and after I watched a couple of them, I subscribed to your channels. I haven't really smiled or laughed like that. I mean, that was like the first time in years.
Okay.
It's not particularly my style of video that I like watching.
Like, so he doesn't talk a lot, right?
No, he doesn't talk a lot, and I will say that sometimes Koreans, myself included, can have slightly bigger facial reactions. I know that in China, the recent Koreans reacting to food at dinner tables went viral.
Isn't that because of JK? Like when he did, like he was eating, he was like, ah, like was that from that, or is it something more?
Your sister was showing us videos of like...
no, the way he eats, the CEO eat.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But his is probably more over the top than all of that. It just feels more catered to younger demographics,
Ah.
maybe, I guess.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Also, I ain't gonna lie. If you eat some good food, boy, you are liable to, because good food. Ooh, I feel like good goo. Good goo 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 boo doo 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 doo. I feel like good food is a gift from heaven. How I feel like music is. How I feel like obviously like skin to skin relations are a gift from heaven. I feel like things that like just make you outer body. I think that's like heaven, but also probably not as I'm thinking of it because drugs can have you have that. I think food is very good.
It's like very exaggerated screaming. Like he'll open something and go, wow. And it's just like a box, you know? I think his main audience either just watches his videos when they show up on his FYP and they're light, they're not politically dense or heavy, so it's a nice break from the depressing world.
Yeah,
Or
I
people
see
will just
that.
casually watch, or perhaps it's young kids that are following him. He makes viral videos that go viral, but he's not someone that people really know much about. They don't really know his life or his personality, but judging based solely off his mannerisms, he has a way of presenting himself to come off almost naive. He's shocked by everything. He is amazed by everything. He's entertained by everything.
Nah, my question is, hold on. As somebody who has like learned about like racism towards Asian people, does this like tie into the stigma that, and I'm asking you guys, and I'm like asking this in such a real and honest thing where it's like, is he like playing into the trope or just the like the racist, I would say the racist trope of Asian people being docile and just like all these expressions, all those other things? Is like he like the, I would say like I would ask, because in 2020 when he started, it was 2020 and we all know how 2020 was, and we all know about COVID and all the things and how racist. Are you okay? Hello? Are you okay? Okay. And how like racist people were to Asian people after finding out like COVID, like the start of COVID, like Asian, like what was it, Wuhan, China, I believe. Was he the person that was trying to, or not trying to, but was he the person that made it seem like there was like a, because I know he's not Chinese, but I'm just saying like you already know how racist American people can be. You know this. You know they call any Asian person Chinese, but like let's keep it a bean. Was he the one of the people that like softened the blow or attempted to soften the blow of the Asian hate back then? Because I remember there were people like abusing Asian people in the street, bro. Like I remember that shit. Like I remember it as like how people used to hate Muslims after 9/11. Like I remember the media making people fearful and so mean. I remember this. And I'm asking y'all, like, did this come around that time? And I'm not even talking about the infantilization of like K-pop idols and all these other things and Korean people, like, or Asian people. I'm just like, because people usually go viral in a time frame to where it was their time to go viral in that moment. And you can probably pinpoint why somebody went viral in that moment. Sometimes. But if it's somebody that literally just does reaction videos to like a fucking like a what was it, a 5-minute crafts video that doesn't take 5 minutes, it's just some wonky ass way you just put socks over a foot to warm it up, it's just like stupid shit like that. Like, is that it? Like Wolfie Raps, remember when Wolfie Raps did that before he found out he cheated on his girlfriend? And he used to just do like dumbass videos of like, does this really work? Does this really work? Like, does this really work? Oh, like just shit like that. And I'm mimicking Wolfie Raps, just in case people thought that was like racist towards him. I wasn't doing that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just asking, like, was that? If that was the case, then it's just like, wow. It's just fucking wow. That is sad. That is just sad. Nigga had this luck and just like capitalizing off of some crazy, like, very dangerous stuff to find out that he's essaying people. Like, fool, what?
Therefore, it almost presents him as this slightly more innocent guy.
I see.
People were
Man, ain't nobody innocent. The people that seem innocent ain't innocent at all. It's just fucked. It's really fucked up to see. I ain't gonna lie.
the impression that this is just a nice guy on the internet making funny videos. And like, you know how people make those edits of influencers I would trust with my drink? I feel like he would have ended up on a lot of those lists. Like, that's the energy that he gives off. In Korean bookstores, there is probably not anymore, but there was a book with a very poorly thought out title. It's called My 15 Seconds. Nobody told the author about any of the references or memes that could arise in having your face plastered on the front cover next to the words in bold, My 15 Seconds.
What you mean?
15 seconds of what?
15 seconds of fame? That's what that means? It means something else, doesn't it? It probably means something. Oh, Lord Jesus. It probably means something else.
You know what? Or it could mean My 15 Seconds of Fame. Both could be applicable because this is Mama Guy's book that was sold in Korea. My Korean researchers actually translated the entire book into English so that I was able to read it. All I know about this entire book now is that it's a very lengthy, self-congratulatory, affirmational book that is only interesting to Mama Guy under the disguise of wanting to teach everyone how to start their own TikTok accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he writes in the book, people around me often ask what secret method I use to become a global TikToker.
Timing. Literally timing.
As soon as I meet them, many ask, how? And countless inquiries come through my DMs and comments. What about me allowed such rapid growth as a TikToker? I even received questions about whether I was a child of a TikTok executive. But of course not. When I started TikTok, I was just an ordinary college student. He says that a 15-second video can take him 24 hours to film. If I had to sum up the entire
A 15-second video takes 24 hours to film. I just want to say all of my TikTok videos that are literally like 10 to 15 seconds takes about like less than 5 minutes until I'm trying to make sure I get the right like face to the joint to where it doesn't look corny. 24 hours to film? You're a fucking liar. You're just a liar. Movie scenes take like 24. Shut the fuck up.
book in one phrase, it would be the written variation of
He's sucking his own dick. That's what he's doing.
try being an influencer for a day. Like that's pretty much the whole
Really?
entirety of the book. It's hard work. That's what he's telling you. He writes in his book, I actually spent a whole week examining my face, my facial angles in front of my phone. Through repeated practice, I studied which angles made my face look good, which expressions were funny, how I appeared in natural light, how images were produced under standing lights, what hairstyles looked best, and what should be in the background.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm all about self-love. Sometimes I wish I have the audacity to even say some shit like this out loud. Like, you might as well have taken out your ribs to suck your own dick, bro. Like, what are we doing? What? What are you talking about? In any angle, you look the same. Like, you have good skin, good teeth. You're just a fucking predator. What are you talking about? A predator with, like, this type of... Bro, I wish I had this much confidence in myself. I ain't gonna lie. To even say some shit like this... It took me a whole week to examine my... Even if it did, fuck you. You're a sexual assaulter, dog. Like, what?
Really?
Yeah, because if you watch his TikToks, you would not believe that they're that highly produced.
Doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up. Huh?
Yeah. He says that starting TikTok was a very lonely endeavor. He says he didn't have anyone to talk to about his struggles or someone to give him advice. He says, at those times, I would tell myself inwardly, the lonely you are, the more successful you will be.
That's not true. Like, this nigga's just lying. He's genuinely lying. He's
You need
lying.
to know how to endure when you are lonely and struggling. You can't just give up because things are difficult. He has one chapter in his book that's just titled, I want to create a good culture and environment.
Now look at what you did. You're a story on Stephanie's channel now for being a freaky frog.
He writes in that chapter, the role I want to take on is being someone who exudes joyful happiness. I want to share friendliness and healthiness that makes anyone want to hang out with me when they see me. Whether on TikTok or in daily life, I know that followers and friends who watch me, they can only feel that joy if I'm genuinely enjoying myself wherever and whenever I meet anyone. I want to be someone who delivers joyful energy.
I be saying the same shit, and I just want you to have a good day. Maybe I have a dramatic reaction. I'm not saying like, bro, I just want people to enjoy the joys of life. I just want to... Bro, do you have a good day? Do you smile when you come across my face or my videos or something? That's it. I don't need all this profound shit. If niggas want actual secrets, don't listen to him. Like, what the fuck? It's not even secrets. People tell you on TikTok all the time how you can do it. This nigga's just lying.
So just like randomly throws into his book that his ideal type is someone who is cute and is very petite.
Huh?
The book has...
Cute and petite. No, like qualities, like someone being nice, maybe a little generous, you know, open-minded, a good person. No, just cute and petite. Yeah, we're gonna see where that gets you. Fucking mama boy.
just way too much information that nobody necessarily ever cared about, and it doesn't particularly sound honest either. I was trying to put my finger onto what type of writing this is, because I don't know why it is irking to a lot of people, because even my Korean researchers were like, hey, so you know how it's bad in English, it's worse in Korean, so
Oh,
just letting
shit.
you know. It's like annoying, but in a way that you almost feel like you can't point your finger to why. And then I discovered why.
Why?
It feels like when billionaires start writing memoirs and they romanticize all the obstacles that they had to overcome in their life, and it's somehow annoyingly pretentious, and also simultaneously, if I can do it, you can do it too. Energy encapsulated into one fucking annoying book that you want to throw across the room.
That's
so he's writing
crazy.
his little origin story, like
Yeah.
how much he grinded and
Yeah,
that kind of writing.
exactly.
If I ever, damn, she is over this dude. I ain't gonna lie. If I ever write an origin story of how I got to the point that I am, it's gonna be very sad. But like trying to find some hope that like, yo, sometimes you might get lucky. Have faith in what you're doing. You know, be at the right time in the right place, and understand you're gonna say some dumb shit that a lot of people will have, you know, reasons as to why they hate you. But the best thing is honestly timing and consistency. Like that's literally the only thing, because the timing and consistency will give you the opportunities that you should take. But no, those opportunities will be people trying to mooch off of you or just ruin your whole career. Like it's timing, consistency, and discernment. And that's literally it's by experience. It's just like you may be the person to blow up, you may not be. But the best thing to know is just like try and see what happens. And hopefully you do it at the most ethical place. That's it. And also talk to your supporters too. Make them actually feel like you know, like you actually care about them. That's something that I feel like should be automatic, but obviously it's not. Like, but
But it's not truthful. It doesn't feel honest. It doesn't
nigga
feel
lying,
like, hey,
fool.
no, I was having a mental breakdown every single day, and I read a
Yes.
hate comment, and I wanted to jump off the roof of a building. It's like,
Yes, bro. Like that's real. Yes. Talking about some. Oh, if you could do it. You ever read a hate comment that made you just want to end it all? And then actually wanting to do it? They don't tell you those in them fucking memoirs. No, they don't.
I persevered for success because I want
Not
to
to
at least
zoom
change
in.
one person's life who's watching this. And it's like you're doing reaction videos. None of us do videos that are that important ever in any context of this world, so it's just not that serious.
Well, unless you make like videos of you like pushing disgusting narratives to the point where somebody will click pow in front of thousands of people to where they can't even tell you what their experience was, and literally they have a whole memorial for you in a big ass stadium, and it just seems like such a non memorial type thing, to where your wife just walks up and just like fake cries, to where your actual friend is like trying to find justice or whatever she thinks. So all those things. And then the whole internet is memifying you on top of memes to where you become the ultimate meta meme. I mean, that could be your legacy. I don't think you should take that blueprint. I don't think so. I really don't. Don't do it. Please. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then okay.
He writes in his book that when he has to relieve stress, when the anxiety and the stress of being a global TikTok
I saw that nigga on Chew. They Kirkified Chew. What the fuck?
star starts to get too much, You know, he has levels to what he does depending on the stress level. If he's moderately stressed, he will go to the gym and work out. If he's very stressed, he will walk in circles. He will pace his room. If he's very stressed beyond comprehension and function, he will go out drinking with his friends. He writes, "When my mind gets complicated, I share soju shots with my friends. It will help clear my thoughts. And drinking doesn't solve problems, but I gain the courage to try and solve complex issues. And I'm grateful for my friends who are by my side. I don't have particular drinking habits. At most, I just get the urge to go home when extremely drunk."
He said, when I drink alcohol, I'm solving problems inside.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's not true. I had a moment where I was literally like drinking my pain away. And the most that came from it was just angry thoughts, rants on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube community tab posts. And I write to songs. But the fact that I was like drinking is the reason why I was so scared to drop those songs. Nigga, yo, this nigga full of doo-doo, bro.
also an annoying thing in the book. No, it's
You're just drinking alcohol. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you're just like
bro.
hanging out with your friends.
and like maybe that does help you, but
Yeah.
like it's weird.
But you're
to
not
say.
solving anything.
Exactly.
Then July 2023, Mama Guy vanishes from the internet.
Oh!
July 8th, 2023,
Okay.
in South Korea, the police get a call to an apartment. There is an emergency.
Oh, shit.
It seems like someone is being held captive, is trapped, maybe not legally speaking, but it would make sense considering when the police get to the apartment in question, the people inside refuse to open the door. They have to call in the fire department to come. And when they
What?
get there, whoever is inside still is refusing to open. They have to force their way in, and they find two people.
Two?
Two men. What happened to the girl that called 911 or 112? The court document, which we were able to get a hold of in South Korea, states the defendant who is just identified in court documents is a famous influencer with over 10 million YouTube followers. The defendant goes to the bar and ends up meeting with a girl. So the court documents, we were able to get them, and they say that July 8th, Mama Guy, defendant, goes to a bar, meets a girl by chance. Coincidentally, they exchange Instagram and they start DMing each other.
Okay.
2 weeks later, they run into each other again at a different bar.
Okay.
And this time, maybe it feels like fate, like maybe they should be friends. So they start drinking together, and then eventually they end up going to a second bar. They have 2 bottles of champagne
Do y'all niggas eat? Like, y'all eat food or something? Like, what the fuck?
and 4 bottles of soju.
Damn.
Then they go to a convenience store, buy 2 more bottles of soju.
Two
snacks.
people?
Initially,
That's 4 bottles of soda. Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
it was another friend of the victim that was there, but she decided to go home early. So I'm not entirely sure at what
She left her? Oh no.
point
What?
in the beverage consumption she ends up leaving. But regardless, it's a lot of alcohol.
That's a lot.
That's a
Soju is
lot.
like, what is that?
Oh, soju,
Hey, listen, y'all remember when I used to down 2 bottles at a time? That's
equated
not
to like rubbing alcohol. I know it's not. It's not as strong as vodka, but it's not a light time.
It's not a beer.
No.
Yeah.
So they get 4 bottles of soju, 2 bottles of champagne, and then they go to a convenience store and buy 2 more bottles of soju, snacks, and other drinks. And the defendant,
What
Mama
the
Guy, is like,
fuck?
"Hey, do you want to go to my friend's house?"
what?
The victim probably is feeling safer around this guy because she's seen his Instagram. She knows that he's a very famous influencer.
And you think that because he's famous, he is not going to do nothing crazy? Newsflash, fuck these famous people. Everybody crazy. Just because he's famous don't mean that he's not going to do something to you. And watch out for these people, bro. I ain't going to lie. What the fuck?
And there is a sense of safety that I think comes with interacting with people that have a large public presence.
I
Because
yeah, I
you're not
understand.
going to risk your career
Yeah.
and your whole life online to do something crazy.
Until they do. And that's the scary part. You would think that they wouldn't do no dumb shit like this until they do.
In fact, like, I feel like I would feel a little bit safer, right? So
Yeah.
she's like, "Okay, fine, I'll go to your friend's house." They get there, continue drinking. It's a small studio apartment. There's really just a bed in there. It's about 4 feet wide, 7 feet long.
Oh.
4 feet wide,
Yeah.
7 feet long.
Yes, it's wider. It's,
That's a bed.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a
What?
tiny apartment. So they just put a
What?
little bed in there. That's pretty much it.
What
They're
the
all cramped
fuck?
in there. It's stuffy. The victim says she's way too intoxicated. She just wants to close her eyes for a second, take a nap. She can sober up and then they can leave. Like she just wants to go home, but she's so drunk it would not be safe for her to try to go home right now.
Oh hell
So she's
no.
like, I'm gonna close my eyes for a second. She knocks out, and the friend, the owner of the apartment, he brings over 2 pieces of protection from the sink. He starts groping the victim before fully essaying her.
Hey
Then
bro,
the
go to
defendant,
fuck
Mama
head.
guy, gets into the bed, starts groping her, removes her clothing down there completely, and essays her. He claims that he used protection, but later it would turn out not to be the case because at the hospital they found his DNA inside of her body. The friend, the owner of the apartment, is still groping her from the side of the bed while Mama guy is fully essaying her. This is around the time the victim starts waking up, and originally the way that she reported it was because in Korea you cannot record a video or take pictures without a loud sound. The silencing feature for camera taking pictures is disabled on all Korean phones.
Really?
Because 몰래 camera, like a
몰래
hidden
camera.
camera, hidden picture up the skirt
Oh.
pictures were becoming a nuisance, were becoming a very big problem.
Okay.
You know, these manufacturers, they disabled it. So she starts hearing these sounds and it wakes her up from her intoxication and she sees Mama guy.
You ain't had to zoom in on this nigga's face again. That's terrifying. Oh hell no. Hell no. Hell no, bro. That has to, bro. That's so fucking terrifying, fool. Get this nigga's face
On
on my
top of her,
fucking
she
screen.
put-
Gosh, what? Ooh. And this is the thing that has been like boggling my mind since high school, bro. All these niggas that be thinking like they're like the the Don in terms of like getting a women, and then finding out that these people are literally just creeps and losers. You would think somebody who has this self-absorbed ass mindset would pride himself in his game. This nigga has no game. And I'm not saying like bagging women is a game, but it's just like, so you have no charisma. You have no type of like people, you don't have no social skills to like, you know, somebody liking you off of just the merit of like good conversation and not being a fucking creep, and they genuinely like you because you're a good person. No, you just say fuck all this stuff and you just assault this drunken woman. I don't know how many times I need to crash out about people like this, bro. But this is just fucking disgusting.
Pushes him off and straight up tells him this is SA. She calls the police, she gathers her belongings, and she runs out of there. The police get there, the 2 guys do not open the door, and the firefighters are forced to break in. The news slowly starts spreading in South Korea that a famous influencer fully essayed a girl with his friend after
yo.
a night out of drinking.
What?
But it's not until months later that this is all connected.
Huh?
This happened July of 2023. Mama Guy stops posting July of 2023. He just leaves the internet without any explanation.
Oh,
so
shit.
There were a few people that were wondering, is the defendant Mama Guy? There were a few people in Korea that were very much into the case that were
People's intuition is sorry for bad grammar. People's intuition is crazy. Crazy good. Wow.
trying to be internet sleuths. But because of Korea's privacy laws, it's very hard to verify.
I
Even the
see.
court document we received, it doesn't list him by name. His only identifying features really is that he has a YouTube channel with over 10 million followers, and that this happens around the time that he stops posting.
That is honestly like a blind item you see on TikTok, and they literally tell you the song that this person made. Like, as if like that just like absolves them of identity. Man, what? Go
So
to fuck
in July,
head,
was he
fool.
taken to the jail or?
Yes, he was
Oh,
arrested.
okay.
So he okay.
Korean mainstream media news outlets, they were either told more or investigative reporters were able to figure out who this guy was. And they decided that they were going to broadcast his YouTube page and his TikToks on their news channel while talking about
Really?
this case, but with a blur filter. So you see someone's TikToks and YouTube videos playing in the background while the news anchor is saying, a man in his 20s with tens of millions of subscribers on YouTube and TikTok recently suddenly suspended all of his activities.
The fact that you can actually tell who it is if you like watch this nigga stuff. That's crazy.
Our investigations have confirmed that he has been brought to trial on charges of sexually assaulting an
Yo.
intoxicated woman with another man. He has
What?
even appeared on TV programs as his subscribers reach tens of millions of followers.
Bro, they're literally doxing him without doing it. Like, who the fuck? This is the most replayed joint. Like, imagine.
Suddenly suspended all of his activities. Our investigations have confirmed that he has been brought to trial on charges of sexually assaulting an intoxicated woman with another man. He has even
Like, the thing is, like, you can tell what something is if you blur it. You can guess. Because I'm pretty sure there's only one person. I can see this nigga's mouth open right here. His mouth is open right here. So you can literally just do process of elimination so easily.
appeared on TV programs as his subscribers
Like, look at his shit. Like, bro, look at the header of the YouTube. I don't even need to go back. Like, you can look at the header of his
intoxicated
YouTube.
woman with
I went
another
back, I'm
man.
sorry.
He has even appeared on TV programs as his
You can literally see this and know who this is. That's what the fuck. It's not what the fuck. Get this little freaky ass nigga.
subscribers reach tens of millions of
Man,
followers.
what?
Technically, it could be anyone.
It could
'cause it's
be,
blurred footage,
but it's not.
But only technically. You can clearly tell that this is Mama Guy.
Yeah.
Even through the blurred footage. His hair, his video style, I mean, his head shape, pretty distinct.
Yeah.
His hairstyle is the butt crack hair, is kind of like how you call it. The butt crack hair where it just splits perfectly in the middle. like
I'd never
butt
seen-
curtains.
I'd never
His hair is like
heard that
pretty
before.
distinct. He has curtain bangs looking like windows into his empty skull.
Ah.
And the way his body moves, his mannerisms in his videos, people were very quickly able to cross-reference the
Mm-hmm.
blurred videos to the real videos, and it's very much him.
Mm.
Coupled with the fact that he's on hiatus, it is certain that the essayer is Mama Guy.
Mm.
Subsequently, and pretty swiftly, his TikTok account is banned,
Oh,
but his
sure.
YouTube channel, the original one, is still up. The comments read from that time, he's the person I would least imagine to do what he did. He's a monster hiding behind that innocent face this whole time, bruh.
Mm.
Another one, this dude took never judge a book by its cover to a whole new level.
For
Skull
real.
emoji. Imagine him in prison yelling, Mama, LOL. No, now he's saying daddy in prison.
You got it, bro. You got it. You got it. You got it. Nah, no good, fool. You got it.
One comment in Korean just reads, live long and always be sick. Nobody thinks that this guy's ever coming back. I mean, that's pretty much the end of the Mama Guy lore. He's essayed a girl while she was too intoxicated to consent. He's been convicted. Long live justice, and may he rot in the Korean prison system
How much did he
until
get?
he does come back.
But how much time did he get? How much time did he get?
5 months ago.
Bro.
May 27th, 2025.
What?
He posts a long-winded statement almost 2 years after disappearing. And his full statement reads in full, and see if you can spot out all the ways that he's framing the story to make people believe that he's innocent. Because
Okay.
it's a masterclass in shameless manipulation of facts. The statement is translated to English to read, hello, this is Ox Jung. So, Sohwan Jung. To everyone who knows me, I want to express my deepest apologies for the disappointment and hurt that I've caused.
If he doesn't apologize to the like, bro.
I should have shown you only my best side, but due to my poor judgment and mistakes, I've caused discomfort to many.
I should have shown you my best side. You obviously shown your best side. What are you talking about? Why not sexually assault a woman? What are you talking about?
Of you and hurt those involved. I deeply reflect on my actions and offer my heartfelt apology. Over the past year, I've spent a lot of time looking back on myself and facing the consequences of my actions. I was able to grow because of your love and
Nigga, fuck you.
support. Thanks to you, I was given many meaningful opportunities and experiences.
And you ruined it. for being a freaky fuck and a rapist. What are you talking about?
But I brought everything down with my own hands, and I let you down. Since July 2023, I have fully cooperated with the legal proceedings related to this incident. Which
What the
he
fuck?
has, by the way. He argued in court during the original trial that the victim consented to the essay.
I thought she was so intoxicated she went to sleep. So you're lying. You're lying.
Because he saw her open her eyes.
That's crazy. So
He
he
can-
say eyes open. She consented.
Yeah, and she made noises.
Was she drugged or was she just drunk?
It seems like she was just drunk, but overly intoxicated.
Bro, they had 4 bottles of soju and they bought more drinks and champagne. I don't even think any human can withstand that much alcohol and consumption. This nigga said her eyes were open and she made noises.
But there is suspicion. We're not sure.
What do you mean?
That suspicion has not been proven in the court of law, though, legally speaking.
Okay.
He continues, after a long and difficult process, I was found not guilty of the major charges
This nigga
that were
lied?
widely reported.
This nigga just fucking lied.
Can you see why that's a weird sentence?
Yeah. Like, first of all, what major charges is he talking about?
Exactly. Okay, so the major charge that he's talking about, when he says, I was found not guilty of the major charge.
Oh, it was like another charge that he was like charged with, but he was not guilty. But you're not gonna tell us that you were guilty of the charges. You nasty boy. You nasty man. Your manipulation sucks ass. We can look through that manipulation like a mesh shirt.
Charges. That makes it sound like the worst charges, the essay charges were dropped because those are the most major charges, right? But then he adds that were widely reported. So in
Man.
the very beginning, when this case erupted, it was reported that he was filming the assaults. So a lot of the attention was on, and he filmed it because he's a content creator and he's filming things like this.
See, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Oh.
That was dropped. The essay charges are still there, and he was found guilty of them. But because
I
he
thought
said,
he only was charged for filming. I didn't even know that he was assaulting.
What,
Oh, yeah.
fool? Go
it gets
ahead,
crazier.
bro.
It gets crazier.
Crazy?
So
What do you mean crazier?
he's saying, I was found not guilty of the major charges that were widely reported. So it's not the major charges in general, it's that were widely reported.
Come on, fool.
Wow.
This nigga is
He says, I
shitty
never
bitty,
filmed
bro.
the other party. The investigation was closed without charges. And again, the investigation was closed without charges only pertains to the filming charge.
Nigga, you raped her. What are you talk? This nigga is disgusting.
Wow.
Only the filming charge. He says the claims about unlawful confinement. So originally, like I was saying, it was reported that some media outlets were also based on misinformation of they wouldn't open the door for the police. So a lot of people thought the victim was in there with them. So they're like holding her captive and won't open the door.
They found his nut in her. Or DNA, sorry. DNA. My apologies to the victim, bro. What the fuck?
He's saying, well, that was misinformation. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. He's just pointing out all the things that
Yeah,
the
like
rumors that are
what?
false.
Yeah.
The
I
fuck?
mean, technically she left before they refused to let the police come into the apartment, but that's not why people hate you.
Yeah, like what?
You know, this sounds like this has to be crafted by a lawyer too.
Yeah, so we reached out to his agency for comment. My Korean researcher,
Oh,
Korean
shit.
researchers are incredible. I love them. But they
Shout
didn't
out to them.
respond. We've been like hounding them.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it seems like every wording is legally correct.
Yes, it's legally correct, and I say this with as much disrespect as possible. I don't think that he is anywhere near competent enough
Yeah, to do
to
that.
craft a statement like this.
Yeah.
Man.
And then don't you think like the way that he handled this whole case
Yeah.
from the beginning, it's like so
Just fucking juvenile as hell.
well
Yeah.
prepared. Like he
Oh, well
basically
prepared.
got away with
Yeah.
everything.
And a lot of Koreans hate him, even though they didn't know him. They hate him now because they're saying this is another case of money buys innocence because this guy was making like $40,000 a month. And
$40,000 a month reacting. Okay.
he was bragging about it. He
What
probably
the
used a lot of that
fuck?
to get a really good attorney.
Man,
And in Korea,
what?
I think there's a little bit more context. I think in America, we have the same sentiments of money gets you a good defense, but in Korea, it's even worse because connections are even more important in Korea. So
Yes, yes.
if there is a really good defense attorney who used to work at the prosecutor's office, they will charge a premium because it's not even about how good they are. It's about the connections they have
Wow.
with the system.
That,
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
He says, well, I did my best to present the facts. Not everything was accepted.
What does that
Basically, you were
mean?
found guilty.
Yeah, what?
And I received a suspended sentence for a part of the charges.
Go to fuck head, bro. Go to fuck head, bro. Niggas can just be disgusting pigs and oink oink all around this motherfucker and don't give a fuck about who they get dirty, who they assault, who they do this, that, a third. And they could just go scot-free with this shit. That's so ass.
He says a part of the charges as if the charges that he was found guilty of was not the most important charge.
Exactly.
He says, I was also able to communicate with the other party. He doesn't say victim. And bring the matter to a respectful close.
What that mean?
So again, in Korea, another thing is it's so hard to get SA charges concluded that
Right.
victims will settle to get any sort of financial compensation because at that point it's like, what else am I getting out of this? It's not like you're going to go to prison for a very long time.
And also, like, in this case, bro, if that's what they need to do to get their justice, if they seem like it's justice, knowing the nuance and everything, I'm not, and I feel like you guys shouldn't. Well, it would be nice if you guys shouldn't vilify her for trying to get monetary gain for it. Like, if you can't get justice, bro, get your chicken, fool. Get your chicken for that. Because that nigga needs to pay some way, somehow. You can't kill him. You can't find him and cut his meat off because there's going to be something there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get what you need out of that because that's fucked up. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get justice. So get justice by any way you need to. Cuz had a suspended sentence for this shit. And he couldn't even say, my apologies to the victim. He couldn't even muster the courage to say that. That's ass. That's shitty bitty for real, fool. What the fuck? Fuck this nigga.
Because the justice system is the way that it works. So you might as well get something to help with your
Yes.
trauma and healing, maybe for therapy, maybe for health checkups,
Yeah.
like whatever it is, right? So this is a very normal thing, but he acts like I was able to bring it to a respectful close. Like we both agreed upon something. Once again, I want to express my sincere apology to everyone who is affected by this situation.
There was
At first, I was overwhelmed by fear. Some people advised me to
overwhelmed by fear. Imagine the fear you caused to the victim. Huh?
admit to the charges, saying it might result in a lighter sentence,
So you told other people about this?
even if they were true. But after long and difficult contemplation, I realized that what I feared most was not being able to tell the truth. But I did everything to clarify the truth, including voluntarily requesting a polygraph test and even preparing a reenactment video.
What?
Side note, polygraphs are notoriously inaccurate, and that's why they're not used in the court of law in the States. But he continues. During the appeal trial, a cross-examination was scheduled but couldn't proceed due to the other party's absence. Because the victim of SA did not want to show up to be cross-examined.
Yeah, what?
Still, I did my best to prove my innocence. It was a long and disorienting time, so much so that I even began to question my own memories.
Girl, bro, get the fuck out of here, Slim. What are you talking? Get the fuck out, bro. Nigga, fuck, what the fuck? Man, what? I don't want to curse up a storm.
Throughout it all,
I don't
had
want
the
to.
chance to reflect. I was careless, and my actions led to all of this.
You're a rapist.
I failed to live up to my own standards and hurt many people along the way.
You know, sometimes people try to live up to their own standards, and their own standards is like waking up at 6 a.m. The fact that your standards is not to rape is kind of crazy. I feel like that should just be like not a standard. Like that should not even be bare minimum. Like that should be something you wouldn't even think about. Live up to your own Shut the fuck up.
I take full responsibility for the consequences of my poor judgment and thoughtless behavior, and I deeply regret them.
This is so crazy.
Poor judgment is a very low-level word to place on something as devastating as SA.
Yes, like
He
what?
continues, I take all your criticism and disappointment to heart. Which again makes it sound like he's being canceled online for a social issue rather than a literal crime against women.
Yeah,
He continues,
what?
When I first started creating content, my only wish was to bring comfort or strength to even just one person. I once met a student who told me that at a moment when they were considering self-exiting, they happened to watch one of my videos and laughed. And that laugh gave them the will to keep going.
Bro, why are you bringing other people in this? You raped somebody. Shout out to the person that it didn't end their life, but like, don't try to posture yourself up like Superman. Nigga, you're a Homelander. What are you talking about, bro?
They
What?
told me that I had saved their life. I now
Okay, you saved somebody's life and then ruined somebody else's. What the fuck are you talking about?
understand more than ever the weight of the responsibility I should have carried from the beginning. This experience has truly helped me rediscover what truly matters. From now on, I will live with greater responsibility and do everything I can to ensure something like this never happens again.
I feel like responsibility, you should cut your own dick off because you don't even know how to use that motherfucker. Cut your hands too and your balls. Just cut all the things that you possibly will like. No, cut everything off. That's the responsibility. Cut it off. Get it out of here. Cut it off. Burn it. Just throw it away. And just forget about it. You don't need that motherfucker no more.
To everyone I've hurt or disappointed, I offer my sincerest, heartfelt apology. I am truly sorry. And I respectfully tell you that I'm not the man who kicked a woman in the video. He is a different person. What's crazy is this part where he says that he's not the man in the video that kicked the woman, the Busan roundhouse kick. He doesn't say that in the Korean version of his statement.
What? What do you mean?
It's only in the English
So
one.
everything else is exactly identical. Except
Wow.
that final statement.
What?
Because if he put that in the Korean one, every single Korean would go, what the f are you talking about? Shut
Yeah.
up. Like, no one was thinking that.
Oh, he think we dumb. You think we dumb. You think I'm stupid. Use ooh.
They would be genuinely upset. And that's
Bro,
what a lot
what?
of Koreans who also understand English are writing
Like,
in the
huh?
comments like, shut up. What are you talking about?
The fuck
He
wrong
is
with this
really
nigga?
good at this.
He's throwing
What do you mean really good? He's ass at this. It's just people just don't know, understand. Somebody he really good. This shit not good. What?
in the CCTV video of the Busan roundhouse kick.
No way.
Yeah, well, he didn't link it,
He's
but he's
distraught.
throwing that in saying,
Oh,
that's not
oh,
me,
oh.
to make that the red herring of the conversation.
Yes.
This video was never even tied to this case. We did an episode on that video a long time ago. At no point ever did anyone say, wait, is that influencer with 55 million followers on TikTok
Yeah,
that
like
screams
what?
mama?
Huh?
Even when Mama Guy's sexual assault case came to light, nobody thought it was him in that video. Maybe like one or two people that were making like AI generated slop content on TikTok that just wanted to get random, like, you know how those weird videos have been going viral recently?
Yes.
I didn't even see one that went viral. I couldn't even find many of them or
Wow.
any of them. All I see are people saying, hey guys, he clarified it's not him.
why would anybody even think it's him? This is so random.
You don't even look
Groundhog
like
Cake
him.
was such a big case too by
Yes.
itself. People already knew all about it if you do one Google
Yeah.
search. So how could anybody connect that to him? I will assume he probably did it himself because nobody would think that they're related.
In fact, the roundhouse kick situation, that case itself, it went viral for the reason that there was another YouTuber involved who released his identity without the court's permission because his identity was protected information. So everyone was like, oh, we know his information because it got leaked. And so his identity is even more talked about.
Oh,
So
shit.
no one would ever equate that to being him. It doesn't even look like him in the CCTV camera. It's just two Korean guys.
So not only is he a rapist, he's a dumbass and stupid. I just wanted to do this just off the strength of that. Oh. It's just like all you can do is just rub your head. Like, fuck this nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Like, for someone to genuinely believe that, even before he made this statement, you'd have to be not a great fact checker or a Googler, and you may be racist a little, okay?
Yeah.
Like, that, there's just no way.
Yeah.
It's very much, hey, this random thing that nobody thought was me, let me tell you it wasn't me, so that's all you talk about. And it's working. People are fighting in the comments. Okay, there's lots of people in the comments saying he's innocent. And when people say, no, he's not, he's literally not, people will fight back and say, the guy in
Thank God he's not a Sungri clone.
the video has a tattoo on his arm and Mama Guy doesn't.
He's not guilty, guys. Bro, shut the fuck up. See, this is why you don't read comment. You can't read comments no more. I just like, it's just so much brain rot. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And people believe this. It just doesn't make sense. No dollars, no cents.
Wow.
Then you have the weak man fallacy. He's boiling down his entire essay charge just to the fact that he didn't film the assault. And he's acting like that's the main point. He's choosing the weakest charge that he was not convicted of and disproving it. It does not mean that he wasn't charged and convicted with essay. Just the wording itself, I think, are terrifying. Like these phrases,
Yes.
I found not guilty of the major charges that were widely reported. I never filmed the other party. I take full responsibility for my poor judgment. I received a suspended sentence for a part of the charges. I did everything I could to prove my innocence.
And he put that shit all in the middle of this long ass statement that niggas probably wouldn't, the majority of people wouldn't even read.
So if he was found guilty, did he serve time? What was it?
Okay, that's another reason why I think that a lot of people are genuinely believing that he's innocent. And okay, my thing is, if you read his statement and you believe he's innocent, I think that's a reflection of his shameless morality. I think that's on him and everyone should hate him for it, is my opinion. However, I think if you are going there and you keep defending him in every comment section, and when people are informing you, you need to look into it. And then I see some of his fans, I guess,
Right.
that are like, no, but he's innocent. He said so. And it's like, okay, well, that doesn't mean anything. You got to look into it, right?
Exactly.
But they're like, no, he said so. And he doesn't have a tattoo. Those people, I don't understand. The reason that I think from the surface level he appears to be innocent is because in America, you typically don't get a suspended sentence for essay charges.
Oh,
Whereas in
okay.
Korea, you do. A suspended sentence means, hey, I'm going to give you a year and 6 months. However, it's going to be suspended.
Okay.
Meaning
That
in the
means
next 2 years, you're going to be free. But if
Yeah.
you commit any other crime,
You're done.
straight to jail for a year and 6 months.
Yeah. I see. I know. That.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
So because he's free,
Niggas just think
people
he,
think
Bro,
that he
what?
is innocent.
What the fuck?
It worked so well that the top comments on that post are, this has to be the most incredible apology someone could ever make.
What are the replies to that comment? That's my question. What are the replies to that comment? What?
Another one reads, bro, crazy. We were all hating him for the thing he didn't do.
And you're
After reading this, I don't know why. I'm crying though. Don't know how much, like how bad he felt by everything. Another one reads, for 2 years, you fought to claim yourself not guilty. Wow. And this apology post is way more better and personal than other apologies. You wrote it in 2 languages. 2. And I also couldn't believe that you
2! What the fuck? Could have just copied and pasted that motherfucker and translated it.
were not guilty. I think this is the most honest and respectful and responsible apology ever. Another one says, the guy who kicked the girl in the video has a tattoo while you don't. He's not guilty, guys. I missed you. I'm glad you're back.
Chicken in a suit.
Out of every YouTube apology I've ever seen, this is the most honest and most sincere. Good job, man. Apology accepted.
I'd say Colleen Ballinger's apology was better than this one. And that shit sucked. The fuck?
No, you don't have to be sorry. Social media does. You know, we all owe you a big apology, and you shouldn't have been treated this way.
Bro.
There's very few Korean comments, but the top ones in Korean read, let's crack open the indictment, shall we?
Oh, so Koreans do know what he
Yeah.
was charged for.
Yeah, they know he's guilty. Guilty.
So the
Bro, that's so crazy that, like, he knows that the language barrier may absolve him in such a different type of culture to where he can find a niche to still thrive. And then he can maybe, like, just ignore all the Korean comments. This guy probably just doesn't know the internet for real.
international viewers have no idea. They
No
just took
idea.
his statement and nobody knows what's going
That's
on.
Yeah.
crazy.
And that's why I'm saying I don't blame a lot of the people that read his statement, take it at face value, and they accept his apology or they think he's innocent. I do, however, take problem with people that are getting responses of like, hey, let me link you a few, very few articles. Because there's not a lot of articles out there, but like the very few I could find in English.
And they say
They
no?
still keep posting. Like,
That's
he's not.
crazy.
He's not.
That
And I'm like, are you not reading? What's going on?
Yeah.
But
they're just being like so vehemently obtuse on purpose. I just don't understand how people just don't have shame. That, bro, you're real live being dumb as shit for no reason. You're fighting for this nigga, bro. What the?
Another comment in Korean just reads, all the comments are f***ing foreigners, haha.
Ugh.
Because they're like, how are people falling for this? And again,
Yeah.
it's just the lack of information in English that's available.
That's
but some
crazy.
people just don't care about the truth. I see some people, they keep commenting
What?
on every post. It doesn't matter how many people respond to him telling them the truth. There's someone who goes around commenting on like every video. Why do people not forgive him? He was found innocent. He is not guilty. The man who kicked the girl had a tattoo on his arm, but Wanjung does not have a tattoo on his arm. Plus, he is sorry for scaring people, even if he didn't do anything wrong. I hope you guys can all understand. And I'm like, okay, Wanjung, is this you? Another comment is, they're passionate. They write, dang, if you look at the comments from back then, people really thought he did it. They act like he was not a human being. People took this way too far. People said LOL about him going to jail. Some people probably even sent him death threats. We should all apologize to him for what we put him through.
It's crazy how people really just like come to bat for a certain type of men. That's kind of insane. That's really insane. Actually, I would say for men in general, like that's insane. That's so fucked. That's what I'm asking. Is it because y'all think he's cute or something? Like, is that why? Because I know sometimes like pretty privilege will literally make you go loopy and you just think that they can do no wrong. Like they genuinely can do no wrong. Is that what that is? Because this is fucking sick. On top of misogyny, obviously, but it's just like, bro, what?
Wow.
Other people
This
were
shit is
commenting,
sick.
Wanjung, you look so sad. You were so happy in your older videos. What happened to that happy smile? Please
He raped somebody.
stay happy. Do whatever you want. Fly around the world. Eat your favorite foods.
Can we like talk? Can we like give some justice to the victim or something? Like say sorry for the like what the fuck, fool?
Eat the famous food you missed out on, but just do something. Please don't be sad. You can be sad, but not all the time. He goes on to like that comment.
He's the only like.
Wow.
I will say, I think again, for the people, the mass population who didn't really dig into it more and they trusted him to tell the truth, I don't think it's their fault. It is very confusing, and I think there's a few elements to it.
I guess.
So during the first trial, there were 2 trials. During the first trial, both defendants, Mama Guy and his friend, they tried to argue that this was all consensual. They never wanted to commit a crime. So there were 2 things. They were charged with special quasi essay. Now, this is very important, okay?
Special quasi rape. Why am I finding different types of fonts of what rape is? Why? Why was I even presented with this word?
There's also a translation error that makes a lot of English speakers feel like it's not essay. And this is true. Okay, we're going to get into that in a second.
Let's do
But
it.
they had to prove that this was essay, the prosecutors, and they had to prove that there was a conspiracy to commit a crime.
Okay.
Which would be like aggravated essay. It would be like gang essay, if you will.
Uh-huh.
That gets dropped. The aggravated part gets dropped.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much everything about it is just asinine. They argued to the judge that the victim definitely consented and was conscious because she made noises and opened her eyes. At one point, she made eye contact with them. She also did not actively resist or fight them off. That's what they argue. They also argue.
She could have been frozen or in shock. Talking about make eye contact. She woke up and like, what the fuck is going on? She could be looking around like what? Making noises that obviously could be like, she's in pain? Like what? Or saying no, like what are we talking about?
That this is not gang essay because while the friend, the owner of the apartment, was essaying the victim, they argue Mama Guy was asleep, so they were not gang essaying her.
But-
They're both individually rapists. You know, they didn't plan to be rapists together.
Ugh.
That's pretty much what they're arguing. I mean, the court
What?
clearly thinks all of this is about as sensical as a squirrel operating heavy machinery. They procured protection together. Also, moving her eyelids doesn't mean consent.
Right.
We don't even have to like go down the path of pointing
Yeah,
out
like,
how ridiculous
what?
their whole
Huh?
defense is. During the first trial, Mama Guy was found guilty and sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison. He appeals it. Then he goes to a second trial, and then he's sentenced to 1 year and 6 months and a 2-year suspended sentence,
What?
meaning he doesn't have to go to jail anymore.
That's
What
crazy.
the
But
fuck?
there's really barely any international updates on this case, and if there is a huge translation discrepancy.
And you
Most-
say also you
yes.
say like he was a closed court or something.
Yeah,
he requested
it.
like everything's private or something like that.
Yeah.
What?
That's why even more limited information out there.
Even in
What?
Yeah.
And y'all let this nigga do this? Like, what the fuck?
Most articles state that he is convicted of quasi-rape. In English, the word quasi means seemingly, apparently, but not really.
Why is it so many, like, different things about what rape is? Nigga, rape is rape. Like, that, what? They didn't consent. You put your Johnson inside of her. That's rape. I know some people be saying, like, oh, there are no black and whites, but some things are black and white. That's black and white. Quasi-rape. Like, what the fuck?
Being
Apparently, but not really. Seemingly. How do you see?
partly or almost. So in some sense or degree, that's the meaning of it. So people are taking that as, oh, it wasn't fully essay. Like maybe it was harassment. Like maybe it was something else, but like
Why does that, like, the thing is like, this nigga's a freaky fuck. Get this nigga the fuck out of here.
it can't be fully essay because the definition of quasi in English means not completely or just seems like it, but is not really it. It's just miscommunication.
Yeah,
Like that's
what?
not at all what happened. So
Yeah.
in Korea, what it means is technically the term quasi essay, when you translate it in Korean and the way that it's used in his court case, is that it just means there was an essay that takes place, but essay, that charge in Korea, typically is intertwined with force, physical, or threats. So the word quasi in front of it means the victim did not resist because they were incapable of resisting. So if you
Okay.
just charge them with, in Korea, the legal definition of regular essay, then they would have to prove that the victim resisted.
Bro, what the fuck?
So this is just their saying of, hey, it's a different charge where we don't have to prove that the victim resisted because we can prove to you that they were not in a state of resisting. So whether that means that they were too intoxicated, whether they were blacked out unconscious, whether that means they were mentally incapable of resisting at that time, whether they were in a coma, whether they were not at the developmental stage of being the age that they are on their driver's license, like there's all these different factors.
Why the fuck are there different factors? Y'all found his shit in her. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Why is there so much gray area in some shit that should be black and white? This doesn't make sense. It makes no fucking sense. The
Or they could have
fuck?
been on drugs like prescription medications. So they're saying it's just essay where someone is incapable of resisting. But because it gets translated into the word quasi, which
Oh my
means
gosh.
not really in English,
What the
people thought that he was
fuck?
not really charged with essay.
Huh?
That's what I read back in the days.
Yeah.
You don't fly that close to the sun and you just get to... Bro, get the fuck out of here.
But that's not at all true. And then he goes on to argue that the major charges that were widely reported were dropped. Those are the filming charges, because remember, she had originally stated to the police that she heard some sort of recording noise. They took their phones, but they couldn't find a recording. But even the defendants admit, Mama Guy tells the judge that he thought that when his friend was essaying the victim, he says he thought it was consensual and he wanted to film it as a prank.
So he's admitting to all...
I don't know how that's a prank.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But he himself stated that in the court. Then there's an argument that his charges were lowered, which they kind of were because initially
He thought it was going to be a prank. Prank who? Prank your friend? What prank? What do you mean prank? This thing is just throwing doo-doo at the wall and hoping it sticks. Like, what are we talking? What? A prank? A prank?
he was convicted of, I guess, the aggravated version
fuck?
of conspiracy to commit. But that gets very
Gosh.
complicated in the court of law, and they were already going to get him for the essay charges. So they do end up dropping that. But still, it's full-on essay charges. Like
Yes.
full essay
Yes.
charge. Making this entire situation even more unfortunate is that there's a lack of media coverage on the case, even in South Korea. Nobody really knows him in South Korea, and if they do, they don't really care about him, which seems to have always been a sore spot for him. He writes in his book, I'd established myself as a TikToker with the third largest following in Korea after BTS and Blackpink. With the title, Korea's representative TikToker, feels somewhat burdensome to me.
You're a rapist. Why haven't I heard anything about the victim within the last, hour?
I clearly feel pride and responsibility as a short form creator in Korea. And then he gets kind of uncomfortable when he goes on these reality shows and nobody knows who he is. So because of that, the lack of coverage and the mistranslation of the words and the fact that South Korea does offer suspended sentences to convicted
Oh
essayers,
my gosh.
he uses all of this to trick his audience into thinking that he's a good guy.
This is sick.
Something to note is that he is restricted from working in facilities that deal with children, youth, and people with disabilities.
Oh shit.
But I would say that a lot of his TikToks are targeted towards younger kids, which is terrifying considering how hard that is to regulate. And just generally speaking, this is not particularly a defensible person. He's just not that special. And again, I mean that with so much disrespect and rudeness. I disliked him even more after reading a book that he had written to showcase how good he was. And I ended up disliking him more. So much of this book was just a back patting session. It's subtle. I mean, one or two, you won't notice it, but it's practically on every page. And maybe it's a cultural thing. I think if you're familiar with East Asian culture, you can see the annoyance perhaps seeping through the pages a little bit better, but it is the worst annoying way of bragging. I would just rather someone come to my face and say, haha, I'm better than you, and spit in my face.
You wouldn't want that. Don't say that. You wouldn't want that. But I see what you mean.
That would be more refreshing than whatever this dumpster fire of a book is. He writes, according to my mother, I walked and talked unusually early, but in my memory, I was just an ordinary kid who listened well to my parents. I received quite a few awards in elementary school. My grades were always good, and I had a talent in arts and physical education.
Okay, so you pretty much just like you were a good kid and then you turned out to be a rapist. Like what niggas is not finna let you We're not finna let you just like say like I was a good kid. I was doing it. I was a good child. I made good grades. I did it. You're a rapist.
So I remember receiving many awards each year that made my parents happy, from excellence awards to writing competition awards.
Bro, niggas don't
But
give a
while doing
fuck.
TikTok, my luck with awards exploded. TikTok Korea gives awards every season based on domestic and international views, combined with share counts and video upload frequency. They announce top rankings by category monthly and select first place every 3 months. In these TikTok Korea Creator Awards, I have constantly been selected as first place. Nobody knows you in South Korea, but go off. I was a boy with many dreams, from boxer to singer.
You're a boxer? Oh, that was your dream to be oh, okay.
I never easily gave up on my dreams. Good for you. You are neither a boxer nor a singer.
Yeah.
So I guess you did give up. In middle school, I ranked 3rd out of 230 students.
Bro, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
And in high school, I ranked 7th out of 550. So I wasn't someone who couldn't study or did poorly, but my dreams were always a little bit different.
Let me guess. To help people.
Yeah. Many people praise me as someone who's achieved their dream as a TikToker, but I'm still dreaming.
What do you want to do? Like, bro.
In my freshman year of college, I hung out and drank with classmates just like everyone else, but they were surprised when I achieved a 4.5 GPA, calling it a plot twist. I was the type to play hard when playing, but concentrate intensely when studying.
I was the type to play hard when playing, but concentrate intensely when studying, even staying up late. And even though I did all these things, I turned to TikTok to become a TikToker with tens of millions of followers. And then I threw it away when I found somebody that I raped. And after that, I just disappeared and came back and fooled all of the people who don't understand the nuance of language. And I switched said language to fool all of you guys, to prove to me that I am with talent. I feel like my brain is just short-circuiting. I ain't gonna lie.
Even staying up late. He also goes on a multi-page tangent, seemingly taking shots at students who take part-time jobs working at cafes and tutoring because that's easy money.
What?
He says he wanted to experience hard work.
Easy, hard work.
Which is why he wanted to build thick skin and take jobs working at construction sites or popping rice crackers on the street.
What?
He then goes on to rant about his time during the military conscription that every guy in Korea has to enlist for a mandatory 2 years minus few exceptions. He says that he wanted to, quote, I felt that I should take away something more from military service. I headed to the fitness room. I picked up dumbbells with the mindset of just trying something. I exercised consistently and really hard.
You ain't got no muscles, nigga.
And he says the month that he was discharged from the military, he does one of those bodybuilder profile photo
Okay, he might have muscles, though. He's still a rapist, but fuck him.
shoots showcasing his physique. Even that, he has a very holier than thou explanation. He says, rather than taking photos for the purpose of keeping them, I wanted to remember the thrilling experience of overcoming my own limits. People might just glance at the photo on page 148 of this book, thinking, 완전 man, nice body. But to me, it is an intense record of overcoming my personal limits through pure effort.
Bro, this nigga sucks. He sucks. This guy sucks. What?
Bro, what is he saying?
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know, but
What?
even my dad was jacked after the military service. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. Everybody gets jacked after the enlistment. And it's also like mandatory. It's not really
Yeah.
something to write home about or dedicate a whole page for the picture in your book for.
Real rap,
I know it sounds
bro.
like I'm nitpicking and maybe
No,
I am
he
in
sounds like a
hindsight.
pick me.
He sounds like a bitch. That's what he sounds like.
Like so
Yes.
annoying.
I feel like it's
especially what kind of person he is. Like you just know
That's what I'm saying.
he's full of himself.
Real
He
shit.
continues to
What?
complain. It's always half woe is me to don't worry guys, I'm saving the world with my TikToks. I do think that his crime is definitely tainting my perception, because had I not known what kind of person he was, maybe none of this would strike me as annoying, or maybe I would just say, oh, it's maybe not my personality type to be friends with him.
It's all good. We all know he's a shitty ass dude. It's fine. Fuck this nigga's memoir. Fuck his memoir. Yeah, maybe we would have thought he'd be like, oh, he's one of those type people, but no, he's a fucking rapist.
I just imagine this kind of condescending attitude seeping into the trial, the way he even settles with the
Yes.
victim or was
Yeah,
talking about
bro,
the victim, talking to
what?
the victim. His arrogance
Yeah.
and not opening the door for the police when they get there. All of these traits, I think in hindsight, make him entirely metaphorically punchable. He says, while my friends say it's unbelievable that I've become a world-class TikToker, they really support me and say it's cool. They say, I knew you would do well at whatever you tried. When I'm with my friends,
Hey, bro, all these words that he's doing right now, he could have used these words to be a good person and be witty and maybe have some fucking game to have a girl like him so you wouldn't have to rape. Like, what the hell?
though, I'm just 27-year-old Seowan Jung who wants to live an enjoyable life. He says after he won the TikTok Gold Award from the TikTok headquarters, which is like, I guess, like a gold play button from YouTube, which like, it's exciting, it's fun, it's great. But he said, I really felt the weight on my shoulders.
What are you
It
talking
was an
about?
unavoidable weight of having to continue to living up to Wanjung and that name going forward.
Now your name is no.
Nobody knows you. Dude. Like,
He is so annoying.
very applicable, I guess, but like maybe understanding train of thought. Everyone has pressure at whatever they do. However, no one, including myself that makes videos for the internet, should ever, in any situation, take themselves this seriously.
Exactly. Even if you're like about as delusional as me, this shit is terrible. This shit is so bad. This is ass, bro.
Like the weight of
What?
the world on his shoulders.
The weight of the world on my shoulders after I got my golden play button from TikTok, from pretty much recycling content. I feel like the weight on my shoulders while I barely even say anything on the videos to where it may cause some friction to actually feel the weight on my shoulders. You know, like what are we talking about, fool?
After getting a gold award from TikTok
The
is
fuck?
another one reads, if there's a friend who doesn't
Oh
know
my
what to
gosh,
do right now,
bro.
I'd like to tell them to do what they love most. My case isn't a case of success without effort. There were many lonely times. Sometimes it was a solitary work, pioneering a path no one else had walked. But because I loved what I was doing, what I loved, even that loneliness was bearable and that hardship was enjoyable. I didn't really have role models. It's impossible to find role models around me in the process of expanding activities as a TikToker. While I often felt like I was walking a long path alone, it was something I liked it. I developed a desire to pioneer ahead of everyone. It's hard to walk a path that no one else has walked.
Fool, I hate this guy. Just off of these words. Off of these words, I hate this nigga, bro. Fuck this nigga, bro. My God.
Which is actually not true. It's not really an uncommon path to have content creators
Exactly.
commit crimes against women. So I don't know why he's patting himself on the back.
Like, what,
That is a
fool?
long, frequently journeyed path that a lot of content creators take.
Exactly.
He writes in his book under
Like,
the
there's literally a meme of Minecraft YouTubers.
chapter, The Hardship Beyond Being a Global Influencer. That's the title. He writes, I recently lost weight and people around me were very worried when I suddenly lost 9 pounds compared to last year. Even I was surprised. I just had become so busy that I didn't even have time to exercise. But you had time to essay someone, so I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure that you could make time if you wanted.
Exactly.
I think that's the most dangerous thing about him, is that, well, he's free, But also, he has no shame. He has no remorse. The way that he talks about himself in the book, the way that he talks about himself in that statement, he clearly thinks that he is a great person, gracing everyone with his presence. And that's terrifying. Obviously, if you are someone who gets convicted of SA, you cannot be a good person.
Exactly.
But even that statement alone is shocking. There's just no backbone. Like, just get off the internet. What are you doing? This manipulation of his word usage, all of these different fallacies that he's employing in his statement is so terrifying that there are people out there like that. In 2023, before all of this news became public, before the conviction and his morally corrupt wordplay apology, he wrote in his book that he was in the process of launching a video game and a full clothing line because he wants a brand to exist outside of him. And I just want to say, if that does happen, I will be there every step of the way. I don't care if this is 20 years later. I'm going to be there.
I love that.
And I'm going to be reminding him of this case.
Yes, bro. Come on.
Because I also like being a nuisance.
And as you should be. I love that Stephanie is petty. I love that shit, bro. I love that shit.
He's just back on TikTok and
Yes,
everything?
so his YouTube has never been suspended. He's still actively posting on YouTube. He does not get the views that he used to, but he's still posting on YouTube. And he made a new second TikTok account because his first TikTok account was suspended. So if you ever come across his videos, block it, report it.
Is he like how many like followers and stuff he has now?
He
Like,
only has like 50,000, which is not only, but that's a lot.
That is
so
a
he
lot.
lost his like main account.
Yeah.
He lost all the followers.
Yeah.
And he hasn't gotten any of them back.
Damn, that's a fall off right there. Holy shit. No, that's
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Mr. Pan, don't piss me off. We at the end of the video. Don't please, come on, bro.
But I'm so annoying.
Real shit.
Yeah, but that
fool.
yeah,
Yeah,
know.
I don't know why he's even allowed to be talking. And
I think it's most frustrating when like literally you watching him and you see that he fooled every single person.
Yeah.
it's crazy. He fooled everyone to the point of when his initial charges were brought to the surface in 2023, there were a lot of TikTokers that were saying, hey guys, this is what's going on with this mama guy. And now if you look at their recent comments, people are saying, oops, this video aged badly because they think he's innocent. And I'm like, it's actually worse.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
I don't know
worse.
why I'm so emotional right now, but I'm so
'Cause
annoyed.
fuck
Like
him.
the unjust feeling. That's
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
So he's trying to get away with it.
Man.
And that is where I leave you with
I gave
today's
birth to
episode.
autism. What?
Be safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Man, fuck this nigga. But I got a little. Wait, hold on. I got a little distracted. I gave birth to 4 of my father's children from the age of 15. What the hell? I'm gonna put a pin in that. Fuck this nigga. Fuck that nigga, bro. Like, this was just like, I ain't never seen dude. I don't never want to see dude. It's just like, honestly, nothing comes in front of the audacity of a man. And when that audacity fuels into a predatory nature with a shameless attitude about it, I feel like the only thing that needs to happen is get his dick cut off. That's it. I feel like that's it. Balls too. Like, that's it. Like, this was just, what the fuck? Like, Like it's just like, like, did somebody like this exist? Like, this is crazy. Have y'all ever seen this guy? If you have, please do something. I don't fucking, fuck this nigga, bro. Like, this nigga ass. This nigga is shitty bitty. Fuck this guy. Fuck that. I have not heard any care for the victim. Like, bro, I feel like we was just hearing about this nigga's lore for so long. This shit just makes me mad. I just want to punch something. Shit made me want to get another cut water. Like, damn, bro. Fuck this nigga, bro.